In or go home, that's the situation for the Gatemen here tonight at Lowell Park, trying to get back to Spillane Field for a decisive Game 3 tomorrow night. Here, though, at Lowell Park, Josh Richardson and I on the Gatemen pregame show. Josh, Game 2 in this three-game best-of-3 division series between Cotuit and the Gatemen coming up in just a little bit, and really you can't say much more last night. The Gatemen come back in the ninth inning, tie the game, lose it in the 10th. Just a really tough pill to swallow.
You got so close if you're the Gatemen. You were right there in the ninth inning. You tie the game, and then in the 10th, you had an opportunity. Bases loaded. Hayden Yosh, just a ground out that just took a tough bounce off the mound. If that takes one different bounce, Wareham takes Game 1, and this is an entirely different series. But now you just kind of have to flush that. You have to just regroup and recharge so you can be better today for Game 2, because there's not a whole lot of room for error.
None whatsoever. And the Gatemen have been able to kind of come back from some tough losses throughout the summer. Last night, though, maybe felt like the toughest of all of them. What do they need to get done tonight? They have Caden McDonald on the mound, a guy who's been so brilliant on both sides of the ball. What are some keys to getting it back to Spillane Field for Game 3?
Well, it can't be a one-man show. That's the biggest part, because something that has kind of been a trend is that Caden McDonald, those first couple at-bats, when he's starting and when he's on the mound, he struggled a little bit, but then when he's out of the game pitching, he really locks in offensively. Going against Peyton Manka, one of the co-pitchers of the year for Cotuit this season, there's not a whole lot of room to just try and rely on one or two guys to get the job done. Everybody has to perform. You need to score runs early. You need to take the lead, and you need to never look back.
Do or die for the Gatemen here tonight in Cotuit. For more on this one, we'll send it over to Rayna Maggelet.
I'm Rayna Maggelet. I'm joined alongside Wareham Gatemen outfielder Colby Turner. Colby, you were responsible for 3 out of the 4 runs scored last night. How did it feel to really have such a successful outing for your team last night?
Felt good. We came short, which wasn't the main goal, but it's all right. You know, today we just got to pass the baton, get the bat to each player, and go from there.
What about your performance you're going to build on for the remainder of the playoffs?
Just having team at-bats, you know, doing anything for the team, not being selfish, and getting the bat to the next person.
What's the vibe and the atmosphere in the dugout and the bus ride over here today?
We know we're winning this game, so, you know, we know there's going to be another day.
What's your mindset going into tonight personally for you?
Just stay simple and get on base and play baseball.
Well, good luck tonight. Thank you.
Rayna, thank you. First pitch tonight from Lowell Park is at 4 p.m. You can catch all the action with Josh and I on YouTube or Cape League TV as the Gatemen try and keep their season hopes alive tonight in Cotuit. Win and you head back to Spillane Field for a decisive Game 3 tomorrow night. Lose and the 2025 season comes to an end. The scenario for the Wareham Gatemen tonight. Back here on Cape League TV with Josh Richardson, I'm Cory Miller. Josh, we talked about a lot yesterday. Lowell Park has not been the friendliest venue to the Gatemen throughout the summer, but it's a pretty simple mission. The tough thing now is just going to be executing that against a really good Cotuit team.
Gatemen have played 3 games right here, Cory. 1 and 2. Both of the losses came on walk-offs. One of them was back on the second day of the season. These two teams have changed so much since then. But overall, the biggest thing that you can think about, though, is that the most recent time, that last walk-off was on August 1st. You had a lead. You had a chance to close the game out in the 9th. Now, some pitching decisions, maybe they go differently this time around. Obviously, the Gatemen have shown that they can be in these games in the late stages against Cotuit. Now they just need to finish the job.
And it's certainly a tough job to get done against a guy in Peyton Manka who the Gatemen would have loved to have seen with a 1-0 series lead. Instead, with their backs up against a wall, they faced what really kind of has been Cotuit's ace, who went 6 shutout innings against Wareham on the 25th of July.
Yeah, and even just over the entire broadscape of the season, 30 innings, 25 strikeouts, 2.7 ERA for the lefty. Gatemen didn't have success against him in the one time that Wareham had to face him earlier in the year. He was Cotuit's co-pitcher of the year for a reason, and he's the Kettleer ace. You have to go out and try and beat him best on best.
The lineup that's trying to get the Gatemen back on the winning side of things: Braden Randall, Chris Ramirez, Chris McHugh, 1 through 3. No changes at the top of the order for Ryan Smythe. Caden McDonald, pitcher DH, bats cleanup. Chase Cruson in center field, bats 5th. Colby Turner bats 6th in right field. Foster Apple, Jack Cale, Drew Rogers, 7 through 9 for the Gatemen. So against the lefty Manka, exit Hayden Yost, enter the righty Foster Apple.
Yeah, nearly an identical lineup from yesterday. The only two differences, Caden McDonald back up to the cleanup spot, Chase Cruson slots back down to 5, and then you replace Hayden Yost at 7 with Foster Apple. Other than that, it's an offensive lineup that had success against Cotuit yesterday, got out to that 2-0 lead, and then kind of held it a little bit there. Josh Butler gave up the 3 runs, and things got a little dicey in the middle innings, but Wareham fought back at the end of the game. Jack Cale had a huge RBI to tie the game. You just hope that the offense that you can put on display here tonight is going to be enough to try and even this series at 1 game apiece.
As Josh said, it was a 5-4 Cotuit win in 10 innings last night. The Gatemen jumped out, 2-0 lead, then fell behind 4-2. Got a run in the 6th, tied it in the 9th down to their final 3 outs. Cotuit struck back with 1 in the 10th. The Gatemen had the bases loaded, a 3-0 count on Hayden Yost. He sent a 3-1 pitch right back up the middle, thought it was going to get through. Nice play by Matthews there, got the force at second for the final out. Braden Randall, the lefty in the batter's box. Manka's first pitch on the way. Weak roller down the first base line, stays fair, going to be a tough play. Fielded by Beaver, the first baseman. His sort of the first base bag is wild. Randall turns, he's headed for second as it trickles all the way down the right field line. 1 pitch, and Braden Randall already on in scoring position.
That's what you need right there. Put the ball in play and see what happens. A weak dribbler down that first baseline, and it was a difficult play because Manka had to try and decide if he wanted to go on field and cover the bag at first, but then with Landon Beaver coming in to try and take the field, nobody was at the bag. Randall realized that, and as soon as Beaver tried to shovel that off, Randall saw that ball was all the way into right field. He took off and ran. Now you have a guy in scoring position.
Just the start the Gatemen needed against the Cotuit ace and Peyton Manka. Chris Ramirez, 1 for 5 last night, righty on lefty matchup. Manka comes home and misses high with the fastball. You heard Beaver at first, the rest of the defense behind Manka. Von Schlegel, Bogan, Pole Stevens, left to right in the outfield. Johnson, Farber, Matthews, Beaver, third to first. Luke Lavin behind the plate doing the catching. 1-0 on Ramirez, runner on at second, no one out. Top of the first, that fastball way outside. Quickly 2-0 on Chris Ramirez. The at-bat to Randall. The decision is single, and then a throwing air charge to the first baseman, Beaver. Early RBI opportunity for Chris Ramirez. 2-0 pitch to him. Breaking ball, stays low, quickly 3-0.
Here's the beautiful part, Corey. When Manka pitched against the Gatemen, he went 6 innings of 1-hit baseball. You're through just 1 batter, and the Gatemen have as many hits off of the lefty so far tonight. It's a good sign.
Comes home on the 3-0. Ramirez taking all the way and takes a called strike 1 at the knees. That hit that Manka allowed against the Gatemen was Wareham's really only base runner. No walks issued, struck out just 2, but he was really efficient. The guy who was the 4th most innings pitched this summer among qualified arms. In a jam here, 3-1 to Ramirez. Takes a fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike 2. Manka back in the count.
Ramirez clearly just taking until it was full. Wanted to just dare Manka to try and throw in the zone. He did. Now you got to battle 3-2.
Against the 6'6", 255-pound lefty out of Florida State. There goes Randall for third. That one is laced foul. Down the first base line, they'll do it again.
That's a great idea because Luke Lavin behind the plate, different arm than Jack Natilli from yesterday, so maybe just trying to see how well Lavin can throw out some guys, and if you can get Randall over to third, even if Ramirez swings and misses, swings and grounds one over, you wouldn't complain about getting that go-ahead run in that first run of the game 90 feet away.
Gatemen trying to strike first for the 2nd consecutive game against Cotuit. They'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Randall at second. Manka deals high and outside. Ball 4. The Gatemen open this game with back-to-back base runners.
It's a beautiful start. Chris Ramirez has moved up to the top of this lineup because of his ability to get on base, and he showcases it right there. Works the walk. Was up ahead 3-0. Took a couple strikes, fouled one off, and then waited and realized that one's going to miss the zone. Now you got 2 on and nobody out for the heart of this order.
The numbers for Manka on the hold this summer, 2-2, 2.70 ERA. Now facing the righty, Chris McHugh, the first baseman. First and second, no one out. First pitch to McHugh. Breaking ball by the swinging McHugh, and it's 0-1. Chris was 0 for 2. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a run last night. On base 3 times. First and second, No one out. Top of the first. Game 2 between the Gatemen and the Kettleers. McHugh a weak fister to first. It stays fair. Beaver steps on the bag. Now has Ramirez in a rundown. Randall gets to third as they chase Ramirez down in between first and second. A dodge move to try to get out of it, as now Randall was trying to get to home potentially. He stays put at third as the tag is applied on Chris Ramirez. And a wild sequence of events ends in a double play.
That's the worst situation there for the Gatemen. Obviously, you get that runner over to third, but not in the manner that you would have liked. Ramirez knew that Beaver was going to step on the bag and he was going to try and get caught in a rundown. He was trying to do so much that the attention would have been on him instead of Randall, and Randall could have maybe come home and scored, but it's not the case. Up to McDonald.
The starting pitcher tonight for the Gatemen trying to help his own cause as he takes a fastball up in the zone, ball 1. It was the shortstop Farber who applied the tag on Ramirez in the rundown. And the Kettleers get 2. Runner on at third, 2 away. Top of the first. McDonald cranks that one. Foul behind home plate and out of play.
And on paper, it goes down as a 3-6 double play, but it was a bit more eventful than just what the scoring rule is.
A huge play to eliminate that runner, and Ramirez get 2 outs. Now all of a sudden the situation not quite as dangerous. The 1-1 to McDonald takes a fastball above the belt, ball 2. Caden was 1 for 5, 2 strikeouts, but an RBI last night. Drove in the game's second run. Trying to help his own cause, he'll be pitching on the mound in the home half of the first. Hitters count, 2-1 pitch. Laced foul on the ground down the third baseline. McDonald hit 5th last night. Cruson was the cleanup man. The 2 switch spots, so now it's Chase on deck. 3 straight Gatemen righties, 2 through 4 against the lefty Monka. Runner on at third, 2 outs, a 2-2 pitch. Way outside, full count on McDonald.
And that's the main idea, right, is now you stack the heart of the order with 3 straight righties, getting that platoon advantage. You don't want to break it up with the lefty and Cruson in a spot that could be as big as this, so you just shift him down once because he still had a lot of success against same-handed pitching.
Big spot for McDonald. Payoff pitch with 2 outs. Weak number. Just got a piece of it off the end of the bat. Foul behind home plate. They'll do it again. Randall, the infield single, got to second on the air by Beaver. Ramirez walked. McHugh bounced into a double play. Randall on at third for McDonald. Again, a 3-2 pitch. Gets underneath of it, lifts a mile-high pop-up. Third base side of the infield. Who wants it? Twisting and turning. It's going to be Johnson coming all the way in from third and making the catch in foul ground to the left of home plate for out number 3. A good start for the Gatemen goes for naught. They had runners on first and second. No one out. Monka and the Kettleers escape early trouble. They come to the plate in the bottom of the first. The Gatemen 0. Cotuit coming to bat.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financing journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
The Gatemen can't cash in with 2 early base runners in the top of the first. So back with Josh Richardson, I'm Cory Miller on Cape League TV. Game tied up at 0, bottom of the first, set to get underway. Caden McDonald, the 2-way star for the Gatemen, getting the first look at him on the mound in the playoffs.
He's been great this season, 25 2/3 innings, 3.5 ERA. Not someone that relies on the strikeout. His defense has to perform behind him, and over the course of this season, it sure has. just the 17 Ks, but he's been phenomenal, especially since being a starter. This will be his 6th start of the season when you include the regular year. You just got to hope that that can carry over to the playoffs. The good news for him, it's his first appearance against Cotuit this season. So none of these batters get a fresh eye at him. This will be the first opportunity to see what McDonald has on the mound. So advantage Caden in that aspect.
The Cotuit lineup that he'll face, not a lot of new faces for the Kettleers. Kind of a different order, though. Camden Johnson, Ryan Farber, Caden Bogenpole. Same look at the top for the Kettleers, 1 through 3. Zon Von Schlegel, Landon Beaver, Jack Natilli, 4 through 6. Nolan Stevens, Luke Matthews, Luke Lavin, 7 through 9. The lineup for Lauren Hibbs' squad, looking for a Game 2 win in a series sweep against the Gatemen.
Yeah, pretty similar to the Gatemen, just swapping spots for 2 of their batters and then replacing one with another. Stevens and Beaver swap 5 and 7, and then Tiger Tyson replaced with Luke Lavin.
The third baseman, Johnson, at the top of the order, was 2 for 5, a walk and a run last night. Facing McDonald here. After the Gatemen got 0 in the top of the first. The lefty hitting third baseman against McDonald. A breaking ball right there for a called strike.
Now, one of the things for McDonald in the game against Bourne, his last start, was the Braves were aggressively sitting on that fastball and kind of letting any breaking pitches go by and just trying to capitalize off of the heat. See if he makes an adjustment tonight.
Into the wind, his 0-1. Smashed into center field. Cruson has a beat on it, jogs in, and makes the catch for out number 1. It is Chase Cruson in center. The guys between him, Apple in left, Turner in right. Along the infield, Cale Ramirez, Randall McHugh, third to first. Drew Rogers behind the plate for Caden McDonald on the mound. Brings up the switch hitting shortstop Ryan Farber. In game 42 for the Kettleers shortstop now this summer, 0 for 4 with 2 walks last night. A lot of lefties in this Cotuit lineup. Facing Butler last night, McDonald tonight. First pitch of the at-bat to Farber, a fastball that zips in there at the top of the zone, called strike 1. In that last start against Bourne, McDonald went 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, but just 2 earned runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. His 0-1 to Farber. Breaking ball, line to second, over the head of Randall, and into right field. A 1-out base hit for Ryan Farber. His first hit of the playoffs, and he's on with 1 away.
Gateman did a nice job of shutting him down yesterday, but he did reach twice with walks. Single and a walk, not a whole lot of difference there, so you just chalk that up. It was a good piece of hitting there from Farber. You just hope that the next time up you can be able to get him down.
And the thing was with McDonald in that Bourne game, 7 hits. He was hit somewhat hard, but he really limited the damage despite the fact that that Braves lineup was seemingly seeing his stuff pretty well. Limiting the damage is going to be key at Lowell Park with the Gatemen on the brink of elimination. Bogenpole, the center fielder, takes a breaking ball, low and inside, ball 1. Hayden was 1 for 5, struck out 3 times last night. Both teams now with a hit. Farber on at first, 1 away, bottom of the first. McDonald's 1-0, a fastball that just missed off the outside corner, 2-0. Gatemen were last at Lowell Park the 1st of August. A 3-2 walk-off loss. 2-0 pitch. Fastball can't find that inside corner. 3-0 on Bogenpole.
He's working right at the knees. You just can't get a call right now, so you got to adapt.
Joe Gravina behind home plate. Jim Fonseca, first base side. Mike Rabideau, the third base side umpire. 3-0. Fastball, up and away. 4-pitch walk to Bogenpole. So a somewhat similar start for the Kettleers. First and second, but with 1 out. And here's the dangerous Zon Von Schlegel, 1 for 5 with a strikeout last night. An early jam for Caden McDonald, who has just been such a prolific player for the Gatemen on both sides of the baseball this summer. Postseason start for the righty. From the stretch, fires into Von Schlegel, the righty, who pops it foul out of play down the first base line. Single by Farber, walk by Bogenpol. The 0-1 to Von Schlegel. High fastball chased by Von Schlegel, and he pokes it foul over the screen behind home plate, and it's 0-2.
And now you're ahead. You can go to whatever you want here if you're McDonald.
Von Schlegel hit .293, 6 homers, 37 RBIs at the University of St. Thomas this spring. The cleanup man tonight. 0-2 from McDonald. Fastball well high, and it's 1-2. After a 5-4 Game 1 win for the Kettleers last night. Early in this one, bottom of the first. 1-2 pitch. Von Schlegel rips that one down the right field line. It's foul. Again, before that, the Gatemen only here less than a week ago, August the 1st, this past Friday. Jumped out to a 2-0 lead late in that one. Cotuit ultimately coming back, walking the Gatemen off. Back end of the Wareham's bullpen had issues as the Gatemen got some new arms into that one. 1-2 again from McDonald. Fastball well high. Snap throw to first. It's not going to be in time as Bogenpol dives back safely. So Von Schlegel has worked the count from 0-2 to 2-2. The left fielder tonight for Cotuit. After hitting .341, 2 homers, 18 RBIs in the Northwoods League this summer. Here he is in the Cape. First and second, 2-2 pitch to him. Breaking ball at the top of the zone for a called strike 3. Von Schlegel down looking for a key second out for Caden McDonald.
Yeah, that's a big pitch for McDonald. You get that second out. If Von Schlegel keeps working that count, maybe he gets on base. Bases go loaded for Landon Beaver, who's already walked in a couple of runs, had a few RBIs the easy way the last time that these two teams were here. Now you just got to get the out. Farber would probably score on anything that Beaver can drill into the outfield, but hoping that it doesn't get to that point for McDonald.
Beaver had a key game last night for Cotuit. He takes a breaking ball that bends in right there. 0-1 to the lefty out of Alabama, Birmingham. 2 RBI single. Put the Kettleers on top last night. Gatemen ultimately again came back and tied it, but Beaver had a really nice game. 2 for 5, 2 RBIs. 0-1 pitch from McDonald. Fastball sails high, 1-1. Beaver ultimately scored the go-ahead and then what was the winning run for Cotuit in the 10th, a leadoff single off of Logan Baisley. Here he is with first and second, 2 away. McDonald trying to post a 0 in the first. From the stretch, looks to second, comes home on 1-1. Breaking ball slithers outside. It's 2-1 on Landon Beaver. Beaver, just like Von Schlegel, a guy who had strong summers in other collegiate leagues. Beaver in the Valley League hit .348, 15 bombs, 52 RBIs. In the Cape League now. Second game of the division series. 2-1 pitch blasted down the right field line. It's high and deep, hugging the right field line. Back is Turner looking up, and that one is just foul. Turner was able to get into the corner and make that catch, so the Gatemen get out of the inning. Thought he was running out of room. Not a foul ball. It's an out, and the Gatemen escape trouble on the verge of a 3-run homer. Instead, it's an out and a 0 for Caden McDonald. After the end of the first, Wareham 0, Cotuit 0 on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
A+ repairs smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
Cape Cod Central Railroad is proud to sponsor the Wareham Gatemen for the second year in a row. Experience the scenic beauty of Cape Cod like never before. Journey through picturesque marshes, cranberry bogs, and dunes on our historic rail line. Whether you're savoring a 5-course gourmet dinner, enjoying a Sunday brunch with a live jazz band, or bringing the family on a narrated excursion, there's a ride for everyone. Departing from Hyannis and Buzzards Bay, visit capetrain.com to book your ride today.
Gatemen come to the plate here in the top of the second. 0-0 game. Wareham and Cotuit both trading opportunities in that first inning. The Gatemen had first and second, no one out. Kettleers had first and second, one out, and Landon Beaver didn't miss a home run by a whole lot. Sent it to the warning track. Colby Turner made that catch to keep this game scoreless.
Gatemen have a great outfield. You move Turner over into right field tonight and hope that he can carry over that defensive prowess that he's shown all season.
Chase Cruson, lefty on lefty. He takes a ball outside, 1-0. Cruson had the best game of any Gateman hitter last night, 3 for 5 with a run. From the 4th spot to the 5th spot in the order. Lefty Manka gets a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Cruson sliding over from right to center field tonight. 1-1 pitch to the lefty. He takes a breaking ball that skips in there, 2-1. Chase said after the game last night that the Gatemen either have two choices. They can either lie down or battle back here today against Cotuit in this winner go home game 2. 2-1. Gets underneath of it, lifts a high fly ball, shallow right field. It's going to be Stevens jogging in from right, settling under it and making the catch for out number 1. But Cruson went on to say that, he's been here for the duration of the summer, being around this whole team for 2 months. He has a pretty good idea that they're going to come out fully energetic and fully positive, he put it.
And you have to hope. That's somebody that has been around since day one. He knows the coaching staff. A lot of these guys in the lineup have been here for a majority of the season, especially on the pitching staff as well. He knows his teammates. They want to win.
Colby Turner now takes on the outside corner, called strike 1, righty on lefty. Turner in left field last night, in right field tonight. 1 for 3. Scored a run last night. 0-1 pitch to the righty out of Michigan. Big winding breaking ball, stays outside. It's 1-1. Colby drove in 2 runs last night and scored that tying run for the Gatemen in the bottom of the 9th after leading off the inning with a double. No one on, 1 out. 1-1. Fastball above the zone, 2-1. Foster Apple on deck. Gatemen have 1 hit, 2-1 pitch to Turner on the outside corner for a called strike. Against the Cotuit ace and Macca, just hoping that first inning rally, would-be rally, will not be their best chance against him. 2-2 pitch, pop foul over the stands down the first base line, out of play. Macca, a guy who started out of the bullpen for the Kettleers, then transitioned to a starter. That's where he's been for the duration of the summer. One of their top arms. Another 2-2 to Turner. Breaking ball, high fly ball into center field. It sends Bogenpol back, giving chase with the left fielder Von Schlegel, the two of them convening. And ultimately, it looks like Bogenpol was the one who made the catch. The left fielder Von Schlegel, the center fielder Bogenpol, coming together in the outfield. Turner's out on a deep fly into left center. And that ball nearly fell not far from the wall.
Yeah, that would have been pretty nice. Something similar happened yesterday during the game because it was Camden Johnson and Tiger Tyson that nearly collided in left field. Ball dropped. That was Chase Cruson's double, made it all the way to second base. So some more defensive miscommunication. That's Bogenpol's ball all the way. If the center fielder calls you off, it's his ball. So Zahn Von Schlegel should know better than that. Doesn't hurt Cotuit at the end, but...
Yeah, so no one on, 2 away as Turner's retired, and it's 1-0 on Foster Apple as that first pitch fastball misses inside. And Cotuit, some of those issues, particularly in left field, is 1-0 to Apple. Low and outside, 2-0. Might stem from the fact that, last night Tiger Tyson, prototypical catchers in left field. Von Schlegel typically plays the infield for Cotuit, both out in the outfield. No harm, no foul, as you said, though. 2-0 pitch hit hard on the ground to the left side. Johnson at third, gobbles it up, throws across the diamond in time for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Monca here in the top of the second. Nothing doing for the Gatemen. We move ahead to the bottom of the second on Cape League TV. 0-0 in the second game of this division series.
Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
When it comes to protecting your home, car, or business, trust the team that's been covering our community for generations. For personalized coverage and service that you can count on, the choice is easy. It's Morse, of course. Visit morseins.com today.
Caden McDonald back to work in the bottom of the second, facing Natilli, Stevens, then Matthews, 6 through 8, and the Kettleers order. Both of these teams trading early chances in the first, so it's McDonald back to work. In a 0-0 game, little margin for error.
Yeah, and again, you got out of that first inning, 2 on, 2 outs. Found a way to have it, but it wasn't easy because Landon Beaver gave that ball a ride into right field. Colby Turner made a nice catch along the wall. Manco responded with a quick 1-2-3 second. Hopefully McDonald can do the same and bring some of that momentum back onto the mound.
Facing the DH Natilli, got the start as the catcher last night. DHing here tonight, 0 for 2, 3 walks and a run for Natilli last night. 6 homers during the regular year. Righty on righty matchup. McDonald into the windup. His first pitch to Natilli's a breaking ball that bounces in front of the plate. Ball 1. The Gatemen a night removed from possibly their toughest loss to swallow of the summer in the first game of the playoffs. 1-0. Natilli fouls it straight back on a fastball at the knees. And it's 1-1. After grabbing an early 2-0 lead last night, tied it late, looked like for sure in the bottom of the 10th, even down to their final out. They loaded the bases. Hayden Yost at the plate, worked the count to 3-0, and on a 3-1 pitch then, a ground ball right back up the middle. Thought it was going to get through, but it caromed off the mound, slowed it up ever so slightly. The 1-1 pitch to Natilli, breaking ball, doesn't catch the top of the zone, 2-1.
Yeah, the Gatemen had opportunities. They had a chance. If that single gets through, Gatemen don't have their backs against the wall. It's the other way around.
2-1 now. Breaking ball stays outside, 3-1 on Natilli. Because that's the thing. You had Cruson on at second, one of your fastest players, and that ground ball base it into center. Obviously scores lead runner from third, but Cruson in all likelihood, with 2 outs, running on the crack of the bat, could have scored from second more than likely. Would have been a walk-off 2 RBI single for Hayden Yost. 3-1. Fastball misses low and inside. A 5-pitch walk for Jack Natilli.
And this is what's hurt the Gatemen now through both yesterday and mainly all of the games that Wareham has lost to Cotuit this season. Has been walking batters.
Yeah, 9 last night.
Josh Butler did so well through the first 3 innings. Camden Johnson had a leadoff double after that. He retired 10 straight going up to that first out in the 4th. And then you look from the 4th all the way to the 7th, a total of 8 walks in 4 innings. That can't happen if you want to win games.
So now it's Nolan Stevens who walked twice last night, lefty on righty, called strike 1, fastball on the outside corner.
It's so difficult to hit a baseball, Cory, at any level, but especially here. Just throw it in the zone, and if guys beat you, then tip your cap, guys beat you, but you can't beat yourself.
0-1 pitch, weak number foul off the end of the bat, down the third base line, 0-2. Especially against McDonald. Again, maybe it wasn't the sharpest in his most recent start against Bourne, but this is a guy who 1 point against Brewster in the start this summer, tossed 5 no-hit innings, Follow that up with the start of 5 shutout innings. Out of Florida, runner on at first, no one out. 0-2 pitch, big breaking ball. Weakly rolled foul in front of the Gatemen first base dugout. On paper, it could be another pitcher's duel between Manka and McDonald. Getting out of jams, both of them in the first. That one hit hard on the ground to first, off of the glove of Kale, and into left field down the line. Natilli making the turn, he's getting to third. He'll be there standing. Stevens to second. A double, second and third. No one out for the Kettleers in the second.
Kale gloved it and then on the dive lost it. Just kind of popped out of his mitt and drifted down the line. It would have been a spectacular play. A difficult turn to try and get to. Definitely could have gotten to Tilly at first. Now nobody's out, and first run of the game just 90 feet away, both in scoring position, and still nobody out.
For Luke Matthews, who drove in 2 last night, the second baseman who made the final out of the game. Stepping on second on the grounder by Yost. Second and third, no one out, bottom of the second. McDonald pitching from the windup, his pitch to Matthews, a breaking ball laced into right field. It's down for a base hit. Natilli scores easily. Stevens held it third. Turner gets the ball in, an RBI single for Luke Matthews. Cotuit strikes first, it's 1-0.
Kettleers had been kind of taking that breaking ball down the middle for most first pitches because McDonald was going to that to try and get them off the fastball. That time Matthews didn't want to wait, attacked it early, capitalized, and drove it into right field.
And now at this point, first and third, no one out. Up with your backs against the wall. The Gatemen just trying to avoid that big inning, up to 3 Kettleers hits. The third baseman Kale's in a little bit at third. McHugh will hold the runner Matthews on at first. Luke Lavin, the ninth hitter, the catcher. Fouls that pitch off of Rogers, and it's 0-1 on that fastball. Lavin getting his first postseason start tonight. Hit 170, no homers, 4 RBIs in the regular season. The Gatemen struck first last night. Cotuit came back, and now it's going to have to be the other way around if you're the Gatemen. No one out still, bottom of the second. McDonald's 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses high. Matthews off of first, started, then stopped. Again, McHugh holding him on.
Matthews was caught stealing back in the 6th, so something for him to keep in mind because Rogers threw him out once before.
Pitch to the lefty, Lavin, a big swing and a miss. Nice off-speed offering from McDonald, and it is 1-2. Stevens on at third, he doubled. Matthews the RBI single to give the Kettleers the 1-0 lead. First and third, no one out, bottom of the second. McDonald from the stretch. Fires over to first, Matthews dives back safely. A big spot for the catcher Lavin. First taste of postseason action for him. McDonald looks home. His 1-2. Breaking ball, dances outside, 2-2. And obviously for Wareham, just down by a run right now, but you don't want this to get out of hand early. With no wiggle room here in the playoffs, already down 1-0 in the series. McDonald's 2-2 pitch. Fastball belted on the ground up the middle. Ramirez fields cleanly. He'll step on second for 1. Back to first. The Gatemen turn the double play. Another Cotuit run is in to score. Make it 2-0 on the double play.
You'll trade that if you're the Gatemen. At that point, you needed to stop the damage and just get base runners off the bags. So you get the 2 outs. Now McDonald can work out of the windup against the top of the order. Obviously down 2-0 isn't ideal, but Cotuit came back yesterday, so why can't you?
From the same deficit that the lead they have now, 2-0 was Gatemen early on. Cotuit then scored 4 unanswered runs. The Gatemen ultimately tied, as we've been saying. Camden Johnson flew out to center in the first. No one on, 2 away. Pitch by McDonald to the lefty. Ripped on a line right at Randall at second. Doesn't even have to move. He makes the catch. for out number 3. The Kettleers 1 win away from moving on to the Western Division Championship Series, and they strike first. 2 hits, a walk, and 2 runs. Early goings here at Lowell Park. 2-0 Cotuit after 2 on Cape League TV.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
As the sponsor of tonight's game, PCT Federal Credit Union is proud to root for the home team. We're thrilled to offer great rates on auto loans, home equity lines of credit, and so much more. Visit us on Cranberry Highway in West Wareham.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of the lightweight planting soil for green roof installations, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention, rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your newly renovated Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Shameless Plug Electric, hitting home runs on every job. Wareham's top choice for electrical work. Call Shameless Plug Electric. Gatemen going to need to break the bats out early, down 2-0. Top of the third on tap, Jack Hale, Drew Rogers, and Braden Randall due up for the Gatemen against Peyton Manka.
Just hope that if you're the Gateman, you can have the same type of success against Manka that Cotuit had against McDonald in the bottom of the second. You got to get those runs back one way or another. Do it early so you don't have your backs really against the wall when you're talking about tonight.
Lefty on lefty matchup. Manka delivers a ball in the dirt against Jack Kale. Kale had that RBI single, game-tying RBI single in the bottom of the ninth last night, scored Colby Turner from third. The 1-0 pitch, Kale takes a fastball at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike 1. It just managed to stay fair down the third base line. 1 for 4 in total for Kale last night. The 1-1 to him. Stays low beneath the knees, 2-1. And if you're the Gateman, the last guy you want to be facing when you're behind is the lefty Peyton Manka. Really the ace for Cotuit. 2-1 to Kale. He takes a breaking ball, maneuvers outside, 3-1. And the Stars kind of really aligning for the Kettleers up in the series 1-0 with your ace on the mound at home in game 2. Is 3-1 to Kale. Slice foul out of play, swinging on 3-1, out of play down the third base line. No one on, no one out. Top of the third, 2-0 Cotuit, 3-2 to Kale. Fastball sails way high, and Kale works a leadoff walk.
That's how you want to start an inning if you're Kale. Just be a difference maker. You don't need to do it with your bat. He certainly showcased his ability to do so both at Columbia this past spring, but in the Coastal Plain League earlier before he arrived in Cape Cod. He hit .299. He was great, but if you can get on base, that's just as good as a single. And now Drew Rogers has a man on to work with.
The catcher Rogers 1 for 2 with a walk last night. Righty against lefty. Runner on at first, no one out. Manka's pitch catches the outside corner with the fastball. It's 0-1. Rogers was pinch hit for by Foster Apple after Kale drove in Turner to tie the game in the ninth. Starting now game 2 just like he did game 1. Throw over to first. Kale read it all the way, back standing.
And you could certainly make the argument that if Rogers doesn't get pinch hit for and he stays in the game at catcher, maybe Landon Beaver doesn't try and steal second the way that he did in the 10th inning when he got that single, because Drew Rogers has a missile behind home plate defensively.
Another throw over to first. Again, Kale back easily.
But you make that change and Matt Chavez comes in, somebody that hadn't caught since the regular season finale. So at that point, a couple days prior, and you go on him instantly testing his arm, and it works out well for the Kettleers.
0-1 to Rogers. Gets underneath of it, lifts a high fly ball down the right field line and out of play.
There's certainly a lot of what-ifs that the Gatemen could play about the game yesterday. And while you can look at it from that perspective, the other thing you can say is, well, there were so many opportunities for us to win that game. Just because we're down 1-0 and a game away from elimination doesn't mean that this is over. Still got to fight.
Rogers is behind in the count. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball, misses outside, 1-2. That's the thing. You kind of look at last night's baseball game. It's a shame either squad had to come away with a loss because it was just kind of felt like a classic, well-played, all-around postseason baseball game. Manka's 1-2. Kale takes off, swing and a miss, strike three. Throw down to second on a hop. Kale dives in safely. So Rogers heads back to the dugout with the strikeout. Kale in the scoring position with one away.
You'll trade that. Now you got the top of the order coming up with a runner in scoring position.
And now the home plate umpire, Joe Gravina, I believe, is saying interference on Rogers, the batter.
On.
So not only is Rogers out on the strikeout, but the ruling is that he interfered with Lavin throwing down to second, so Kale is ruled out. And then Ryan Smythe, no one else from the Gatemen dugout is going to protest that decision. So you have the top of the order, but no one's on, and there's two away. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch to Randall. Swing and a miss.
I mean, come on. If you're Rogers, you need to be a little bit smarter than that. You need to see that if someone's running and you miss, get out of the way.
Manka working quickly. 0-1. Fastball right by the swinging Randall. It's 0-2.
And that's just an inning killer.
Braden, an infield single. Dribbler down the first baseline. Reached and got to second on an error by the first baseman, Beaver. With two away, the 0-2 pitch to the lefty. Takes a fastball, up and outside, 1-2. Speaking about last night's game and what stood out, Ryan Smythe complimented his guys not quitting. Down by 2 runs, they tied it. Here they are down by 2 tonight. 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball, misses outside, 2-2. And he agreed too. It just kind of came down to one extra hit that Cotuit had, but a well-played ball game on both sides. 0-2 to 2-2. Pitch to Randall, swing and a miss. Missed the breaking ball. The Gatemen set down. Manka faces the minimum. And nothing doing for Wareham in the top of the third. They got a runner on, eliminated on the batter's interference. Nothing more in the top of the third. The Gatemen have some work to do. Cotuit trying to add on to their lead when they come to the plate in the home half of the third on Cape League TV.
Getting a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or a family member has been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website, www.rkm-law.com.
Not a good spot to be in if you're the Gatemen. Bottom of the third, down by 2 runs. Cotuit's got the heart of the order due up against Caden McDonald, who buckled first. 2 runs allowed in the bottom of the second.
You just got to wipe that second inning out of your brain if you're McDonald. Just find a way to get through a couple more innings and make the way to the bullpen. That's been Wareham's strength. He's only at 34 pitches through 2 innings. So if he can have a quick third, get right back on pace, but he's going to have to do it against the heart of this Kettleer lineup.
Starting with Ryan Farber, who had a base hit in the first. McDonald back to work in the third. First pitch to Farber, hit hard on the ground. Randall maneuvering to his left, fields cleanly. Throws to McHugh, 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the last of the third.
It's a good way to have a quick inning is get that first out. Just got to keep making good pitches. Put it in the zone and make these guys beat you. McDonald's a talented pitcher. He's shown it for a majority of the season. I mean, Brewster, another playoff team, finished with a better record than both Wareham and Cotuit. He went 5 innings of no-hit baseball.
First pitch of the at-bat to Bogenpole, a fastball that just registers outside the zone. Bogenpole drew a walk in the first, ahead in the count 1-0 here. McDonald back into the windup, the 1-0. In on the hands, popped up down the third base line. Kale gives it a look, but it lands out of play. And now you're in a spot where you're hoping that for the second consecutive season, your season does not end here at Lowell Park against Cotuit in the playoffs. A 7-4 loss in the one-game elimination contest in the divisional series last summer for the Gatemen against the Kettleers. The 1-1 from McDonald. Low beneath the knees, 2-1.
And the third straight postseason appearance. Lost to Cotuit in 2019, no season in 20, missed playoffs in 21, 22.
2-1, fouled straight back, 2-2. After some really highly contested games, 5 of them throughout the course of the regular season. In that 2019 series, talked about a little bit last night, the Gatemen getting that Game 1 victory over the Kettleers at home at Spillane Field. McDonald's 2-2 pitch on the way, fastball, poked foul. Bogenpole in protection mode, it's still 2-2. A back-and-forth game, the Gatemen walked off the Kettleers, then came here to Lowell Park the next night. Cotuit demolished them 22-2, and then the Kettleers took that Game 3 back in Wareham. So now it's the Gatemen trying to get back to Wareham with the win tonight. 2-2. Fastball stays high, full count to Bogenpole. McDonald. His 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, jam shot right back up the middle. It falls in center for a 1-out base hit. Bogenpole didn't get a lot of it, but got enough, and a runner on at first with 1 away. Some hits against McDonald early through 2 1/3 innings pitch, 4th of the night for the Kettleers, just 1 for the Gatemen so far tonight. Von Schlegel's second trip up to the plate, the righty struck out looking in the first. Bogenpole on at first, pitch to the righty Von Schlegel, flied in the air to right. Turner hasn't played perfectly, now jogging in, settles under it and makes the grab for out number 2.
You'll take that. You get 2 outs, and now you just got to get Beaver. You have a guy on first. Beaver flew out to end the first inning, but it was a long one into right field.
Nearly went yard. It was hugging that right field line. Turner on the warning track made the grab. Would have been a 3-run shot to end that first inning. McDonald's first pitch to Beaver. Curveball bounces in there. He takes 1-0. McDonald and this Gateman pitching staff, who over the last 15 days of the summer had the lowest ERA and average against in the league. Trying to limit the damage, give their offense a chance here in Cotuit. Runner on at first, 2 away, 1-0 pitch to Beaver. Fastball dances outside, 2-0. McDonald from the stretch looks in, fires on the 2-0. Again, he tries to get the call on the outside corner. Another take from Beaver, just misses. It's 3-0.
Again, it's the same thing. You can't walk guys. You can't do it.
And a tough spot here against Beaver. The 3-0 pitch goes with the fastball and gets the call at the belt, 3-1. Natilli on deck, who walked, scored the game's first run in the second. Recent addition in Landon Beaver. Hitters count 3-1. Pitch from McDonald. Fastball sent high in the air, deep to right center field. Playable for Chase Cruson, who hustles over into the gap, settles under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, one hit, and one runner left on for Cotuit in the home half of the third. We move ahead to the fourth on Cape League TV. The Gatemen offense trying to come alive, get back in this game, down by 2 runs.
Law. Live, life, law. Covering all residential and commercial real estate matters. You live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law. That's synklaw.com. Sync with an I, not a Y. Be selfish. We represent only you.
Sports Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
And busy.
The Gatemen have really yet to get much going against Peyton Manka through 3 innings, just 1 hit, 0 runs. It really feels like now, as they get set to come to the plate 2, 3, 4 in the fourth, that great opportunity might have come in the first and second, no one out, but it went by the wayside. Now they even got to play from behind.
Well, the good news is that you have 3 righties that have all crushed left-handed pitching for a majority of this season. Ramirez had a walk in the first, and then McHugh had that weak flare down the first baseline. He grounded into that double play, and McDonald fouled out. But these are the 3 guys that you want, this middle of the order, heart of it. If you're going to look at anything and say, okay, well, if the Gatemen need to come back, it needs to come from this portion of the lineup.
The shortstop Ramirez walked in the first. Second time up against Manka. The lefty into the wind. 0-0 pitch. Fastball right there at the knees, 0-1. Ramirez has said that when this Gateman team is going well, they just have that next man up mentality. Now here they are down by 2 runs. The first man in the top of the fourth laces that one to short on a hop. Farber picks it, digs it out, and throws over to first. A nice play. One shortstop grounds out to another. 6-3 on the putout, and there's 1 away.
It's a really difficult play from Farber because he has to read that off of the dirt. That was a line shot that just skipped right in front of short. Farber did a nice job. Underhand pick, scooped it, and made an accurate throw to first.
Chris McHugh up at the plate. Manka's pitch. Fastball at the knees. Called strike 1. McHugh grounded into that double play that erased a runner in the first and was a big 2 outs for Manka. 0-1 to the righty. Low in the zone. Beneath the knees, it's 1-1. A big spot for McHugh, who led this NC State team. 365 average, 7 homers, 48 RBIs. 1-1 pitch to him. Takes a breaking ball in the outside corner, 1-2. At this point, the Gatemen just hoping for some signs of life. Down by 2 runs with just 1 hit, an infield hit. 1-2 to McHugh. Low and outside, 2-2. McHugh, a guy who one of the final games of the season exited early after hurting his shoulder on a swing, but more of a precautionary move. The 2-2 to him. Fouled straight back to the backstop. They'll do it again on 2-2. But really only missed the rest of that game. Got the night off the next night, but has shown really no signs of fatigue here down the stretch. Reached base 3 times last night. Still looking for his first postseason hit. The 2-2 again. Fastball way high. Full count. McDonald on deck. The heart of this Gateman order. Trying to produce again tonight. Payoff pitch to McHugh. Swing and a miss. Manka wins the battle. 2 up, 2 down to begin the fourth.
28th pitcher from Florida, McDonald.
Now it's McDonald who popped out in the first. The third baseman Johnson making the grab and foul ground. First pitch, a breaking ball on the outside corner, called strike 1. And if Manka continues to deal like this, we'll see how long Lauren Hibbs leaves him in the game. The 0-1 to McDonald, fastball above the belt, 1-1. But again, a guy who threw 6 innings against the Gatemen this summer. And if this is the level of success he's going to have again tonight. The 1-1 pitch to McDonald's on the way. The top of the zone out of the glove of Lavin. Ball misses high. It's 2-1. But the last thing the Gatemen would probably want to see is 2 more innings after this of Peyton Manka. They've only really managed an infield single off of him. 2-1. Low beneath the knees and outside. McDonald's worked a 3-ball count. It's 3-1 with Cruson on deck.
And that's the thing. When Manka went 6 innings, he only had 76 pitches. He's up to 57 today through what is about to be 4.
3-1. Fastball just misses low, and McDonald works a 5-pitch walk.
3 2/3 now with McDonald on, so you reset it. That's pitch 59. So he's right around that. You may only see him for another inning after this, and he goes 5. And then the Kettleers move to the bullpen to follow. It'd be good news for the Gatemen, but obviously if you can at least get 1 run back and have a 2-out rally here in the 4th, that would be best case scenario.
And a big spot, lefty-on-lefty matchup for the hottest Gateman bat and Chase Cruson. First pitch to him, he slices that one foul out of play down the third base line. 3 walks issued by Manka, including that most recent one to McDonald. Here's a spot for Cruson. Despite the loss, still trying to approach this game with a lot of energy, trying to help boost his team up against elimination. 0-1 pitch, half-hearted swing, bottom part of the zone, appeal to the field, no swing. And so it's 1-1 as Cruson held up.
And this will be the thing, right? Because trying to extend pitch counts from guys on the mound isn't something the Gatemen have been used to. Second to last in the league in walks.
McDonald on at first with 2 outs. 1-1 to Cruson. He pokes it foul out of play again down that third base line.
This is a team that's always been aggressive, even since opening day. And while there's been a decent amount of roster changeover, that type of aggressiveness has not changed.
Manka trying to get out of the inning with the runner on at first. Cruson rolls that to second. Matthews fields cleanly, goes the easy way, flips it over to Farber, covering the second base bag. The force out applied, and Manka out of another shutout inning. 4 shutout innings for the lefty on the mound out of FSU. The Gatemen in a bind right now. Nothing in the top of the 4th. We move ahead to the home half on Cape League TV. 2-0 Cotuit in this Game 2 of the Division Series.
Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player. You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
McDonald back to work, bottom of the 4th here in Cotuit. Natilli, Stevens, Matthews, 6 through 8, due up against McDonald. This is the part of the order that did damage against McDonald in the second. Natilli led off with the walk, and Cotuit went to work after that, grabbing that 2-0 lead where we stand now.
If you're McDonald, you just need to battle. Your pitch count is right around where you'd like it, just about 15 an inning. He's at 16 an inning now. Just get through this fourth and maybe one more after that. Keep this game close.
Pitch to the righty, Natili, a high chopper down that third base line. It lands foul just to the left of the bag. Natili now up to 4 walks across these first 2 games, really a game and a half of the playoffs. Provided the pop for the Kettleers throughout most of the summer. McDonald's 0-1 pitch. Fastball skips in there 1-1. Natili making adjustments after he struggled early in the summer, despite hitting .338 with 9 homers and 53 RBIs at Cincinnati this past spring. Spent 2024 that season at Rutgers. No one on, no one out. 1-1 for McDonald. Behind on that one, high fly ball into right. Easy play for Colby Turner. Plays it perfectly and makes the grab for out number 1.
There's been a lot of flyouts for Cotuit tonight. Kettleers getting under a lot of baseballs, and it's worked out to their benefit because those that they miss, it's not by a whole lot, and the ones they square up have found gaps, found holes in the defense. That's why they've got the 2 runs on the board so far tonight.
Again, McDonald has been able to limit the damage like he did in his most recent start against Bourne. Here's Nolan Stevens, the right fielder. First pitch, cracks that one. High in the air, deep to left center field. It sends Apple back and left, hustling and making the grab in front of the wall. Allowed out number 2, but Stevens retired.
Apple had some room there, too. Wasn't as close to the wall as it might have seemed with the crack of the bat. Might have been just before the warning track. But 2 quick outs here in the 4th.
Natili and Stevens, who both reached in the second, retired by McDonald. And now the righty Luke Matthews, an RBI single in the second. Drove in the game's first run. McDonald fires as Matthews shows bunt, pulls it back and takes a curveball at the knees for a called strike 1. Luke Matthews now 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs these first 2 games. 0-1 pitch to him. Fastball ripped into left, falling fast. Apple charging. Won't be able to get there in time. It's down for a base hit. Now 4 hits for Luke Matthews and 2 so far today.
17, catcher, Luke Lavin, 10.
So the Kettleers get a 2-out base runner for the catcher Luke Lavin. Produced an RBI on a double play, 6-3 back in the second. Matthews keeps the inning alive. McDonald back to work from the stretch. Fastball right there for a called strike. In a series that features perhaps 2 of the most balanced teams across the entire league. Game 2, it's 1-0 Cotuit. On the series, 2-0. Runner takes off, pitch misses outside. Throw down by Rogers. In time. Ramirez applies the tag. Matthews gunned down, trying to swipe the bag. And the Gatemen out of the inning with McDonald facing the minimum. Another scoreless inning posted by the Gatemen righty. It's all in the offense right now. Top of the 5th upcoming here in Cotuit. 2-0 Kettleers on Cape League TV.
Wareham-based 80 Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, 80 Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit 80makepeace.com to learn more.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the 5th at Lowell Park. Peyton Manka has been dealing for the Kettleers. Game 2 of the division series, a 1-0 Cotuit lead in the series after they grabbed a 5-4 10-inning win last night. This inning starts with Colby Turner, Foster Apple, and Jack Cale against the lefty Manka.
Manka's pitch count at 63. Talked about it a little bit. When he went the 6 shutout innings against Wareham, he was at 76 pitches. So you have to imagine that maybe this 5th inning could be his final if the Gatemen can work his pitch count right up to where it was the last time he pitched against the Gatemen. It'll be up to Turner, Apple, and Cale to do so, but getting a run on the board would be pretty nice too.
The second-year man, Colby Turner, who flew to center in the second, has meant so much to this team. 0-0 pitch, a big wave and a miss at a breaking ball below the knees, both in terms of what he's produced, but also what he's meant as a returning guy. He says he loves the relationships that he's made with the fans, especially while playing these past 2 summers up on the Cape. 0-1 pitch to him, a fastball. Cranked down the right field line, drifting into foul territory. It stays fair to the left of the line, and it's going to be Stevens jogging in to make the catch. Turner retired via the fly ball for the second time tonight, and there's one away. So Foster Apple getting his first postseason start today. Again, pinch hit for Drew Rogers last night. Late season addition for the Gatemen out of the NECBL. 3 for 12, a homer and an RBI for Apple. Over the course of the regular season, first pitch in his second at bat, misses low and outside 1-0.
I think the biggest thing that the Gatemen need to realize is that you're not going to make it back with one swing with nobody on. You need to get on. Start a rally.
Quickly 0-2 is that one, or 1-1 that is that one finds the outside corner. And that only hit really for the Gatemen, that dribbler by Braden Randall, first at bat of the game, down the first base line. 5 hits for Cotuit, 1 for the Gatemen. 1-1 to Apple. Fastball, misses high and outside. And the relatively new addition of Foster Apple spark a rally. 2-1 pitch to him. He takes low and outside. 3-1.
There's one arm warming up in the Kettleer bullpen. So this definitely could be the last inning for Manka. Maybe if he gets in trouble, you take him out a little earlier than you'd like.
He deals on 3-1. Way outside. Apple works the walk. And that puts a runner on for the Gatemen for another newer addition. Came through with the RBI last night, Jack Cale. Cale drew a walk in the third as the catcher Lavin makes his way to the mound. It'll be a full mound visit for the Kettleers. Manka's been great.
With Cale up, Cory, definitely an opportunity even as a lefty for him to do some damage. He worked a walk back in the third. Yesterday, his RBI single that tied the game came off of a southpaw. So you hope that the bottom of the order can certainly take advantage of an opportunity like this, because Manka now struggling to find the zone a little bit. He has a walk in each of the last 3 innings, 4 of the 5 overall.
And a big spot, Apple and Cale back-to-back in the order. 2 newer guys added tail end of the summer. Foster Apple had that solo homer towards the end of the regular season against Falmouth and said how he believes an individual success can lead to team success. He only drew a walk, but maybe it's the base runner the Gatemen needed. 8 and 9 in the order right now. After the mound visit, lefty-on-lefty matchup, the third baseman Cale against Manka. Throws over to first. Apple barely has to move to get back safely.
And look, the Gatemen have had a tough time trying to put bat on ball, but overall, outside of the 1 hit allowed, Manka hasn't looked that great. Just over 50% in terms of strikes of total pitches thrown.
Comes home to Cale and misses low in the dirt, 1-0.
I mean, that's 71. He's thrown 38 strikes. McDonald's thrown 4 fewer strikes on 15 fewer pitches.
1-0. Hit hard on the ground to second, fielded cleanly by Matthews. To second for one, back to first. It's a double play. The last thing the Gatemen needed, an inning-ending double play, 4-6-3. Another zero posted by Maggelet, this time in the fifth through 5 shutout innings. And now with the Gatemen trying to win and stay alive, things are starting to look a little bleak. We move ahead to the bottom of the fifth, 2-0 Cotuit, Game 2 of the Division Series on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
A+ repairs smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
Cape Cod Central Railroad is proud to sponsor the Wareham Gatemen for the second year in a row. Experience the scenic beauty of Cape Cod like never before. Journey through picturesque marshes, cranberry bogs, and dunes on our historic rail line. Whether you're savoring a 5-course gourmet dinner, enjoying a Sunday brunch with a live jazz band, or bringing the family on a narrated excursion, there's a ride for everyone. Departing from Hyannis and Buzzards Bay, visit capetrain.com to book your ride today.
McDonald back out for more, getting set for the bottom of the fifth. The Gatemen trying to extend their summer, Game 2 of the Division Series. And for more on what the summer has looked like for the whole Wareham organization, we'll send it over to our sideline reporter, Rayna Maggelet.
Thank you. So the other day, the Wareham Gatemen was honored to win the Cape Cod Baseball League Commissioner's Cup, which is a huge deal because it's not just about how we play, but everyone, the players, coaches, volunteers, interns, and even host families puts in the work from day one. Speaking of work, our interns are amazing. They give it their all, even with the crazy and demanding schedule and hours. The Gatemen and the Cape Cod Baseball League really create connections that last. Our internship program pulls in top-notch college students from all over, and they bring so much to the table. All of our dedication supports the Gatemen operations both on and off the field. As an intern myself, I'm truly so grateful for all the opportunities I've received throughout this league and the team. I've made so many great memories and met so many cool people like Cory and Josh and our producers, Chuck and Abby. But guys, I have to ask you, what has been the best thing that you guys have learned that you guys are going to bring back with you to Syracuse?
Well, that's a good question. It's 0-1 on Luke Lavin, the catcher. McDonald into the wind. 0-1. Ripped on a line right at the second baseman, Randall. Nice grab just over his head for the first out of the last of the fifth. I mean, obviously, kind of from a technical aspect, the whole grind of a 40-game plus collegiate summer league season up here, and with our production, the great work done by our producers to set us up, you're learning about, you know, the ins and outs of doing a TV and radio broadcast, but just the memories I've been able to make with all of the interns. Rayna touched on that. I mean, what a great, talented, fun group it has been, and obviously hoping for some more of those if the Gatemen can keep this postseason run alive. But a great group of people nonetheless. First pitch to Johnson, a breaking ball, a called strike. But that's part of the reason why the Gatemen organization got that Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah, ditto. I mean, everything has been so much fun this summer from really every aspect. As an intern group, as an organization as a whole, everyone so nice, so sweet.
That one is golfed into very shallow center field off of the bat of Farber. Coming all the way in to make the catch is Chase Cruson. That was Johnson, who was retired. Lavin and Johnson both retired by McDonald in the last of the fifth, 2 away.
Definitely don't want the season to end, Cory. Obviously, you know, summer's going to end one way or another. Gatemen would only be here for another max of 7 days, but hey, take any extra day that we can have, right?
That's for sure. We'll move quickly between now and that championship series. Ryan Farber, the switch hitter. No one on, 2 away, takes a fastball for a called strike. And the interesting thing is when you look at the playoff results last night, a big night for the lower-seeded teams. Obviously, Cotuit the win over the Gatemen, 3-2. Hyannis, the 4-seeded, 4-1 win over the 1-seed Bourne. That one's low beneath the knees. And when you look in the East then, Harwich was the only higher-seeded team to secure a win, 10-2 over Brewster. But then the The 1-seeded Orleans dropped 4-1 to the Red Sox.
Yeah, and YD is up 4-0 on Orleans in the top of the 4th. So that's another instance where lower seed can end up sweeping the team that finished the season with the best record across Cape Cod.
We've heard it a lot, especially from the Gatemen coaching staffs. You get in the playoffs, anything can happen. 1-2 is the count on Farber. Most recently, a fastball for a called strike. No one on, 2 away. McDonald on the mound. Into the windup is 1-2. Poked foul, out of play on the line down the third baseline.
Brewster, on the other hand, up 6-0 over Harwich. So that one definitely could be going to a Game 3 for the Whitecaps and the Mariners. Only time will tell.
Hyannis Bourne yet to get underway. 1-2 from McDonald. In on the hands, a jam shot. Heads into the seats, the bleachers over the third base Cotuit dugout.
How about that fight in the Bourne-Hyannis game?
That was something else. Not something you see a lot of in collegiate summer league action.
And it was after the game had officially concluded. It'll be interesting to see who's going to be in and out of the lineup based on who kind of got quote-unquote tossed, even though the game was over.
Another 1-2, swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball by McDonald on the inside corner. 3 up, 3 down in the 5th inning. McDonald's done his job through 5 innings, just the 2 earned runs. The Gatemen trying to stave off elimination. We move ahead to the 6th. Josh Richardson has you the rest of the way. Can the Gatemen answer the call on Cape League TV?
Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
When it comes to protecting your home, car, or business, trust the team that's been covering our community for generations. For personalized coverage and service that you can count on, the choice is easy. It's Morse, of course. Visit morseins.com today.
It's do or die for the Gatemen. The 6th inning from Lowell Park, and Wareham down 2-0 to Cotuit in Game 2 of the West Division semifinals. Alongside Cory Miller, I'm Josh Richardson. Wareham's got 9-1-2. Rogers, Randall, and Ramirez due up in the 6th against Peyton Manka, who's made his way back out to try and match his outing against Wareham back earlier this season at the end of July.
If you're the Gatemen, I think you got to at least start chipping away sooner rather than later. You came through with your backs up against the wall last night to tie it in the 9th, but I don't think you want to leave it up to that opportunity again tonight.
First pitch. Fly ball left field. Von Schlegel's back. He's got some room, and he makes the catch. Rogers attacked Manka early, and he saw something he liked, but didn't get enough of it. Out number 1.
You could hear the crack of the bat. He certainly got a good piece of that baseball. Just, again, not out of the reach of Von Schlegel. Hit it well, good spot. Left center field gap. Good sign that there was some loud contact for the Gatemen, but a loud out nonetheless.
That brings up Braden Randall, 3rd time through the order for the Gatemen. First pitch, fly ball, left field again, off the end of the bat. Von Schlegel, another chance. He's under it, and he makes the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Peyton Manka.
And so I like the aggressive approach, some decent contact, but then if you don't come through, you run the risk reward that those outs that you have to play with that are so precious now. With just 2 swings, you have 2 fewer outs, and the chance of a rally with 2 outs becomes increasingly less.
Brings up Chris Ramirez. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch, fastball at the knees, strike 1. You look at it overall, Manka 6 shutout innings against the Gatemen back in late July. 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. The only difference tonight so far is just the walks. 5 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, 4 walks, 3 Ks. Ramirez fouls one back. It's 0-2. So remarkable how similar Manka can be, showing why he is the ace of this Kettleer rotation. 2.7 ERA coming into play in 30 innings during the regular season. Ramirez behind 0-2. Here's a pitch. Just above the belt. Ball one on Chris Ramirez. Chris McHugh stands on deck. Ramirez can't reach. It'll be 3-4-5 for the Gatemen coming up in the 7th. Been running out of wiggle room. The 1-2. Fouled back.
And Cotuit really was able to stretch some of their bullpen arms last night. So I think you're going to see a pretty stacked Kettleers bullpen tonight when Manka finally yields.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Manka's fired up. He gets through 6 shutout innings. And the Gatemen still down 2-0 to the Kettleers. Cotuit coming up to bat in the home half here on Cape League TV.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
As the sponsor of tonight's game, PCT Federal Credit Union is proud to root for the home team. We're thrilled to offer great rates on auto loans, home equity lines of credit, and so much more. Visit us on Cranberry Highway in West Wareham.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of the lightweight planting soil for green roof installations, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your newly renovated Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Shameless Plug Electric, hitting home runs on every job. Wareham's top choice for electrical work. Call Shameless Plug Electric.
Peyton Manka shuts down the Gatemen in the top of the 6th. And now Wareham back on the defensive side, down 2-0 here in the home half from Lowell Park. Alongside Cory Miller, I'm Josh Richardson. Caden McDonald, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts for the righty from Florida. He gives way to TJ Schlageter, the lefty out of Louisville, to try and keep Cotuit at bay here in the 6th.
When your backs are up against the wall and you're going to be down to your final 9 outs, you're down by 2, you just need to keep this deficit in a manageable spot, and that's why you're turning to maybe your best arm out of the bullpen, who's been so brilliant time and time again. A 0.57 ERA really just kind of tells the story for Schlageter. Anywhere, any place, any time he's been used has really been lights out. Last pitch in the series finale Sunday against Hyannis got the start, just went the 1 inning. Shutout inning, just adding to a summer series of dominance by the lefty.
Yeah, and it's been as both a starter and a reliever, 15 2/3 innings. Just that .57 ERA. He's been great. First pitch to Caden Bogenpole is a called strike down the middle. Defensive changes for the Gatemen. Foster Apple exits. Colby Turner shifts over from right field into left. Cruson moves from center to right. And Hayden Yost comes in as the new man. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses inside.
And listen, I think you really got to commend Caden McDonald for, I think, a quality start. Sure, he left with this team down, but 2 runs against this lineup over 5 innings, that's a job well done.
And just the 5 hits allowed. 1-1. Misses high. The difficulties have been the Gatemen offensively, just 1 hit. It was the leadoff to begin the game. Braden Randall, weak number down the first baseline, reached. Other than that, just a couple walks that Manka's allowed. 2-1. Breaking ball at the knees, strike 2. And now with just 3 innings left, you've got 9 outs potentially remaining in your season. Gatemen offense needs to buckle down. You got to get through this 6th first. Schlageter's 2-2. High pop-up on the infield. Ramirez at shortstop comes in, and he makes the catch.
Schlager's just so good, whether it's lefties or righties that he's facing, at mixing and matching his pitches. And just attacking the zone against Bogenpoel. He's not really going to mess around with his command either. An efficient pitcher, and possibly the Gatemen could use over multiple innings. Again, just trying to keep this deficit in a very manageable spot, 2-0.
Brings up Zahn von Schlegel, the cleanup man. First pitch, fastball misses outside. Von Schlegel 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first, flew out to right in the third. He had a hit yesterday. He was 1 for 5. 1-0. Ground ball over to third. Weakly hit. Jack Hale's there. Throw across the diamond is in time. 2 away.
And it really is refreshing to see how efficient Schlager can be, because he just throws strikes consistently. And I think for the Gatemen, if they can sort of reciprocate what Cotuit did top half of the inning and just get out of a really quick, clean inning, that might give them a better chance to try and spur and wake up their offense.
Schlager showing why he's been one of the Gatemen's best pitchers so far this season. Needs to get out of the 6th to continue Wareham's chance. Retired the first 2. First pitch, fly ball into left field. Turner's back, and he makes the catch. That was a rocket off the bat of Landon Beaver. He has flyouts to all 3 areas in the outfield, but either way, a quick 1-2-3 in the 6th for Wareham. Coming up to bat, the Gatemen in the top of the 7th, down 2-0 on Cape League TV.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or a family member has been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website, www.rkm-law.com.
Life Law, covering all residential and commercial real estate matters. You live life to the fullest, and let us Sync Law. That's synclaw.com. Sync with an I, not a Y. Be selfish. We represent only you.
Sports Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen.
3 innings left of baseball here from Lowell Park, potentially the final 3 innings of the 2025 Wareham Gatemen season. Peyton Manka goes a brilliant 6 innings, 1 hit, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts for the Kettleers. And he gives way to Jonathan Edelman, the righty out of Bucknell, to try and keep Wareham at bay here in the 7th.
One of kind of the better bullpen arms that Cotuit didn't have to burn yesterday. Edelman picked up a save earlier in the summer against the Gatemen. 3.97 ERA on a whole this summer. Kind of a mixed bag of success, the 6'7 righty.
First pitch to Chris McHugh. Wave and a miss on a breaking ball. Kettleers up 2-0. Both of those runs came in the 2nd. Both teams scoreless since. McHugh 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and struck out swinging. The 0-1. Breaking ball, just got a piece of it. Number off the end of the bat. Foul ball, 0-2.
And so the tough thing will be with Edelman at 6'7". He just kind of offers you a look you may not see a ton as a hitter. Again, delivering from that high arm slot. The different look. See how the Gatemen hitters can adjust. The new pitcher on the mound.
The 0-2 just misses outside. Edelman came in and pitched in the regular season matchup where the Gatemen saw Manka. Peyton allowed just the one hit through 6 innings, just like tonight. Edelman came in for the final 2, gave up a hit, the lone Wareham run. He walked a batter as well. The 1-2. Ground ball to second. There's Luke Matthews. Fields, and he makes the toss over, 1 away. So even with that, Cory, he still pitched well, got the save, but if you're the Gatemen, have to have some optimism that maybe you can get to him here, knowing that you've already scored a run off of him in the past this year.
Especially also when you look at it, listen, the ERA is under 4 entering play, 11 1/3 innings, 5 earned runs. So again, it's kind of been a mixed bag of success, but this isn't a guy with like an ERA under 1, an opportunity to do damage off of him.
And starts with Caden McDonald, his first pitch, breaking ball downstairs. He's ahead of ball and no strikes. McDonald's 0 for 1. He walked back in the 4th. One-0. Gets away out of the reach of Lavin behind home plate. It was a fastball that missed out to his right. Tried to stretch across with his glove. It's 2-0. McDonald pitched well on the mound. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Right around where his ERA would put him. 3-5 on the year. The 2-0. Fly ball foul down the left field line. Got a hold of that one. Just too far out in front.
He sure did, and I think what the Gatemen really need right now is a hard-hit base hit. Doesn't have to be a homer or anything, but you look at it, 1 hit tonight, an infield single. The Gatemen really lucky to have any hits tonight.
And Braden Randall started that game off like that. He was left stranded at third to end the inning. The 2-1 downstairs. McDonald had 3 balls and 1 strike.
Just anything to get some energy. That's been a really quiet Gatemen dugout here with their backs up against the wall so far today.
You don't want to say lethargic, but it's probably the best word to describe it so far. 3-1. Misses downstairs. 5-pitch walk for Caden McDonald, his second of the night.
And this has been the one thing, besides the 1 hit, they've done a nice job in the Gatemen in drawing some walks. They just haven't been able to cash in on the other side and drive those runners in. 5 walks for Wareham as a team now, and this is a guy in Cruson, Turner up next. These are the guys you want up at the plate in this tight spot. At least start to try and come back right now.
And now you have the lefty Cruson, 3 for 5 with a double yesterday. It was a Game 1 loss for the Gatemen, 5-4 in 10 innings. Represents the tying run here in the 7th. First pitch, offers at a breaking ball, and he went around. Just a bit of a half swing, but Joe Gravina, no problem, saying that he broke the plane. Edelman goes home. Is 0-1. Just above the belt on a breaking pitch. It's 1-1. Cruson 0 for 2. Fly out and ground out. Had a runner on in the 4th. Virtually the same situation. McDonald walked ahead. Grounded out. 1-1. Wave and a miss. That one in the dirt. Cruson nowhere near, and he's behind 1-2.
Just 2 chases out of the zone on the 2 strikes in this at-bat. Doesn't set him up in a good spot. Good contact hitter, but you don't want him to chase here another pitch out of the zone.
One-two, just outside. McDonald's got a medium-sized lead from first base, but not somebody that showcased his wheels on the paths a whole lot this season. Maybe just looking to get a good secondary. Hope that if Cruson puts one in play on the ground, he won't get doubled up, check over, not in time. There's Edelman giving him a good look. Cruson waits for the 2-2. Here's the pitch. Chopper over to second base. Matthews has one play. Underhand scoop to first in time. McDonald up to second. He's in scoring position to bring up Colby Turner, the 6-hitter in the Gatemen lineup.
It's just been a mix of really kind of weak contact when the Gatemen have connected. A couple of fly balls that have been well struck, but nothing enough to where the Gatemen have any hard hit base hits, and that's just been the difference in this game, because you're not going to come through in these spots even when you get base runners via walks if you don't get any hits.
Colby Turner has been a menace to Cotuit all season. One game, 16-9 Wareham win, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. His first pitch, fastball misses high. And they're going to call that a balk. So McDonald now over to third. And now a single from Colby Turner could get the first Wareham run on the board.
Exactly right. And I think, Josh, we've seen more balks across these first 2 games
than probably the Gatemen have for the entire season. I could only count 2 off the top of my head that were called either against or in favor of the Gatemen throughout 40 regular season games. That's now, what, 4 tonight? Or not 4 tonight, but 4 in the series?
Yeah, 3 or 4, and it's just been kind of unconventional.
I think 3, you're right, because there was 1 on each team yesterday. And now 1 here on Edelman tonight. McDonald's on third. Turner waiting for his first pitch. Here it comes. Breaking ball, fouled off down the right field line. Turner yesterday was 1 for 3, had that double. He scored the tying run in the 9th inning. Pushed the game to extras. He also drew 2 walks. 2 runs batted in for tonight's left fielder. Gateman would take another here to get the first run on the board. The 0-1, chopped foul. Just got a piece of it over to the Cotuit dugout. And now Turner behind 0-2.
It's just these spots where, are you going to get another situation like this? If you don't come through down to your final 6 outs, you have at least 1 run 90 feet away. You got to come through when you have these opportunities.
There's been chances, but just that 1 hit for Wareham tonight. I've had a couple guys on, 2 in scoring position now overall. McDonald on third. Edelman's 0-2. In the air to center field. Bogan Pole drifts, and he makes the catch. Hung up just enough. And Cotuit gets out of the inning. In the home half of the 7th, Kettleers up 2-0 as we get ready to stretch on Cape League TV.
Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player. You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Home half of the 7th, and TJ Schlageter trying to keep Cotuit to just the 2 runs. Kettleers on top of the Gatemen, 2-0. With just a couple more innings to go here from Lowell Park. Gatemen down 1-0 in this series. Trying to bring it back to Spillane Field for a win or go home game 3. The 7th inning for Cotuit starts with Jack Natilli, Nolan Stevens, and Luke Matthews. The 3 due up. First pitch, fly ball into right field. Crusen's coming in along the foul line, and he makes the catch.
At this point in the game, the Gatemen pitching staff has really done their job.
But the offense is nowhere to be found.
That's exactly right. I mean, at this point, 2 runs through 6 1/3 innings against a Cotuit team that was just productive almost start to finish with the course of the regular season offensively. It's really something I think to be proud of, but not going to win this game unless you start scoring some runs.
And to be quite honest with you, Cory, this is something that we talked about throughout this last week of the regular season. First pitch to Nolan Stevens is a called strike on the outside corner. Wareham clinched the playoffs back during that final week, and then things were certainly looking upwards for Wareham. And the whole talk was, okay, try and win the division. 0-1, called strike on the outside corner. And then you lose to Bourne 7-3, you lose to Brewster 7-1, and then it starts to quickly turn from, okay, like, let's win the division, to, well, let's just sneak into the playoffs and anything can happen there. Let's try and get a 2 seed. The 0-2 taken downstairs. And so when you have games like that where the offense just isn't coming alive, and you can carry that over, right? 3 runs against Bourne, 1 against Brewster, 2 against Cotuit, 2 against Falmouth. That's not the Gatemen offense that was showcased throughout a majority of this season. 1-2, rocketed into center field, down for a base hit. Nolan Stevens, a 1-out single here in the 7th. And we talked about it a little bit, Cory. It's so hard to just try and shut it off and then turn it back on when you need to. And it just shows that it's not as easy as maybe the Gatemen kind of made it out to be.
Yeah, I think Wareham kind of was able to turn it back on last night, grab the early lead, and then fought back to tie it. Was a base hit away, a couple inches away from maybe winning it, but now you're seeing again tonight, it seems to have gone the complete opposite direction, and it is more representatives, kind of that finish down the stretch that you highlighted, and I think in part it represents that stretch, but it also is a direct result of that gut-wrenching loss last night.
First pitch gets away from Rogers. Fastball in the inside corner. Nolan Stevens advances to second, and a called ball. And you look at it overall, Cory, I mean, 11 runs over the final 5 games. This is a Wareham team that led the Cape in runs scored throughout the entire year. 2 runs a game isn't going to cut it, right? 2.5 runs? That's what the average comes out to.
You're seeing those struggles again today, just the one infield hit, and unless the offense gets going, your season's over.
1-0 on Matthews. Schlageter pitches and a ball grounded foul down the third baseline.
And I think the other thing is, too, when you talk about winning the division, sure, hindsight is what it is, and you don't know what would have played out. But Hyannis did top Bourne last night. We'll see if they can sweep the 1-seeded Braves here tonight. But the Gatemen just sort of, it seemed like, matched up better against Hyannis than Cotuit. And if they won the division, would have been a chance for them to potentially play the Harbor Hawks and get the Kettleers in the second round, not the first.
I mean, a couple things go differently, and Wareham's in that top position. Obviously, bygones are bygones at this point, but just looking back, maybe not as night and day as Wareham would have liked it to be. Look at second, now going home. Chopper over to third. Jack Cale has one play in first in time, 2 away.
Jack Cale's been really sharp at third. That one was going to stay fair, came in, made that play look easy, got rid of it quickly and on the money. And I said this yesterday, but I think for the Gatemen, some added motivation to play Cotuit. Obviously, the loss in the playoffs last summer, you don't have that many returners, but that's still probably fresh in some guys' mind, including the coaching staff. You lost the season series to the Kettleers in a lot of close games, but you're seeing the danger of Cotuit. They play complete games, 1 through 9, pitching and hitting and defense, and unless you match that consistently throughout the whole game, you're going to be in trouble.
First pitch, fly ball center field. Luke Lavin drives it out, but Hayden Yost is called off by Braden Randall, the second baseman, who retreats to the grass to make the play. We're heading into the 8th, and the Gatemen down to their final 6 outs, trying to get 2 runs on the board, with the Kettleers on top 2-0 on Cape League TV.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
6 outs, top of the 8th, and Wareham down to the final. 2-0 Kettleer lead in Game 2 of this divisional semifinal, first round of the Cape League playoffs. Wareham trying to keep its season alive. So Jonathan Adelman goes just the 1 inning. In comes Michael Gray, the lefty out of Denison, to try and keep Wareham at bay, scoreless here in the 8th.
And the way this game is shaped up, it's kind of going the way that Lauren Hibbs might have envisioned, because Hayden Yost came in for Foster Apple for the Gatemen in the outfield, in part because the lefty Manka was out of the game on the mound, and so potentially Yost would get an at-bat against Edelman, the righty on the mound. But now here you go, you put Gray, the lefty, in. He's got a lefty Yost, then a lefty Kale before getting to Rogers, 7, 8, 9 in the Gatemen order.
Now how about Gray, a guy from a Division III school in Denison, who so far through 5 2/3 innings yet to allow a run. Certainly top-notch stuff from this Cotuit pitching staff. Up and down, saw it from Peyton Manka to begin the game, then Edelman, and now Michael Gray trying to keep Wareham off the board here in the 8th. That's going to be the tough part, Cory. You mentioned it, the back-to-back lefties, Yost, Kale, and then Rogers, but that's still 7, 8, 9 in the lineup. Obviously, if a rally can spark here in the 8th, you turn things over with runners on base for the top portion, but if not, Gatemen could be down to the final 3 outs of the season in a hurry. Gray's first pitch, chopped foul from Yost out of play down the first baseline. Just 1 hit tonight for the Gatemen, 6 for the Kettleers. Pitching for Wareham has really been great, limited Cotuit's offense. The 0-1, breaking ball misses inside. But the offense just hasn't come to play. Is 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside, and Yost ahead 2 balls and 1 strike.
And it'd be a shame if the season were to potentially end with the 0 getting shut out and just really having no life throughout the game offensively.
2-1. Fastball misses downstairs, and Yost ahead 3-1. And yeah, this is, I kind of used the word earlier, but lethargic. No, there's no energy that seems to be getting presented from the Gatemen dugout. Team that just kind of looks defeated right now. Maybe the leadoff walk could change that. 3-1, misses high, there it is. 5 pitch later, and Hayden Yost is on base.
And there's more energy being kind of emanating from the Gatemen fans than their dugout, but again, with the leadoff walk, no one out. Chance here to come back, and you got to start in the 8th. But I think in part, the way the Gatemen lost the game last night is part of the reason why the energy's kind of been where it has been tonight.
First pitch to Jack Kale. Fastball down the middle for strike 1. We talked about that last night, Cory. That's not a game that you want to be on the losing side of, because it can just kind of tip the scales of momentum so drastically one way and another. Check over to first, not in time. Because you win that game, the winner of that game last night feels like you're on top of the world. You won the marathon, and now you have 2 to play with. The other has the back against the wall. And the Gatemen just kind of came out flat. 0-1 pitch, runner goes, wave and a miss. Throw down to second base is offline, and Yost advances on the steal. Kale just whiffed on that pitch, clearly a hit and run, because that one nowhere near the zone.
Yeah, obviously not a pitch he's going to want to swing at, and in a tough spot now because it's just kind of a pitch you're giving the pitcher because it's not something you'd ever conventionally swing at. But at the very least right here, can he get Yost over to third maybe by hitting something right side of the infield to put a runner 90 feet away with less than 2 outs?
Kale has had success against left-handed pitching in these playoffs so far. The 0-2, ground ball up the middle. Yost rounding third, throw to the plate is cut off, and the Gatemen have the first run of the game. RBI single for Jack Cale. This kid just keeps coming up in every big moment.
Some of the news, guys. Foster Apple had a walk in the fifth. He exits. Hayden Yost to lead off walk in this inning. And you said it, Jack Cale, relying on some of these newer guys who have come into this organization, provided a spark. And what a job by Cale to not only advance the runner, but drive him in on a base hit. Now here you go. You're set up really nicely. 9th in the top of the order with no one out.
Cale's got some speed. He stays put. Rogers squares up a bunt. He went around. And it's strike one. Cale, when these two teams played on August 1st, he had an RBI single in the 8th to give the Gatemen a 2-0 lead. Had the game-tying RBI yesterday down the third baseline. Just a number that stayed fair, tied the game in the 9th. And now the first run tonight. 0-1. Rogers showed bunt, pulled it back. And the count even, a ball and a strike. So how big has Jack Cale been as a late addition to this Gatemen team? Just moment after moment, he seems to be right there with the best of them.
And the defense at third tonight's been spectacular. And how about that after the swing, the hit-and-run swing on 0-2, he got that hit.
1-1, shows bunt, pulls back, but a called strike at the knees, and Rogers disagrees profusely with Joe Gravina, the home plate umpire. Ryan Smythe quick to say that that ball is down. We haven't gotten that all day, and I can't say that I disagree with him.
Good job, Joe.
Check over, not in time.
You're the man, Joe.
Yeah, that's kind of the most life we've seen from the Gateman dugout all afternoon, but same time, it's a tough spot. Rogers probably swinging away here. Can you use that to your advantage?
Another check over, not in time. I mean, Lavin almost had to scoop that ball out of the dirt, and it was called a strike. But maybe just because of Rogers and he trying to go low to square up the bunt when he pulled it back, where his positioning on his knees were, it looked closer to the zone than it really was. Another check over, not in time. Now Gray's a little bit wary on Cale at first.
I think he's conscious of, now that the bunt's out of the picture, the Gatemen trying to get that runner up to second any way they can. In this case, a stolen base.
The tying run on the base paths. Go ahead at the plate. 1-2, runner goes. Throw down from Lavin is not in time. It gets away, but not far enough for Cale to advance. Trickled into center field, and a stolen base for Jack Cale puts the tying run in scoring position. Still nobody out here in the 8th.
What a big spot for Cale to swipe second. It's always tough. First mover, second mover going against the lefty. It's going to be tougher to steal it, but was going to be a bang-bang play. Didn't matter with the throw skipping into center. And now here we go. Can Rogers advance Cale to third?
2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go around? The pitch missed high. No appeal anywhere. And Rogers brings it back full. 2-1 Cotuit advantage. Gatemen a base hit away from tying it. Gray's 3-2, misses in the dirt, blocked by Lavin. Cale stays put at second, and Rogers on his way to first with a walk. This is the rally, Cory. This is the best chance that Wareham will get, likely, for the remainder of this game.
And how about this? The bottom of the order getting it done. Yost, his first at bat, walk. Jack Cale, base hit, the stolen base, and then Drew Rogers, even after that call went against him at the bottom of the zone, didn't matter, fought back, and now here we go. If you're the Gatemen, top of the order, this is your chance, as you said.
This is what we just talked about, right? Is if the bottom of the order can produce, then you turn it over to the top with runners on base or in scoring position. Mound visit for the Kettleers to try and talk things over with Gray. There's one Cotuit arm warming up in the bullpen, but obviously Gray still without an out yet here in the 8th. A guy that heading into play, 5 2/3 of scoreless baseball in his 5 appearances out of the bullpen for the Kettleers. And now if you're the Gatemen, you're just kind of hoping that the moment might be a little bit too big for the Denison lefty. Braden Randall comes up to bat. Chris Ramirez and Chris McHugh on deck. Oh, Ramirez on deck, McHugh in the hole, that is. But the 3 due up for the Gatemen, barring a double play here in the 8th. But the main goal, tying run in scoring position. Go ahead run on first. Still nobody out here in the 8th. Corners come in for the Kettleers, expecting a bunt. Lefty on lefty for Randall. He's 1 for 3. Reached on a single in the first. Shows bunt, pulls back. Pitch misses downstairs. It's 1-0.
This will be an interesting choice. He's been such a great bat this summer. He's an infield hit, but other than that, 0 for 2. He was 0 for 5, 2 Ks yesterday. And so just trying to get these runners into scoring position.
Shows bunt again, drops it down the third baseline. A beauty. Johnson has one play throw to first is in time, but both runners advance. 1 out, and the go-ahead run in scoring position. Tying run 90 feet away.
I mean,
perfect
that might,
sack bunt from Braden
Randall. It might be the best bunt the Gatemen have gotten down all summer. Perfect. You said it. Only play was to first, and now here we go. You have Ramirez, who has just been such a great contact hitter with, at the very least, that tying run 90 feet away. I think you wouldn't really rather have anyone else up if you're the Gatemen.
Now it looks like there might be a pitching change for the Kettleers. Chris Ramirez heading back to his dugout, and Michael Gray out of this game. What a chance for the Gatemen. New arm coming in to warm up. It'll be a right-hander for the Kettleers with the righty Ramirez and McHugh ready to bat and on deck respectively, trying to get those runs in and bring the Gatemen all the way back. While the new man warms up, we'll take a break here on Cape League TV with the Gatemen down 2-1, but threatening in the 8th.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
A+ repairs smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
Cape Cod Central Railroad is proud to sponsor the Wareham Gatemen for the 2nd year in a row. Experience the scenic beauty of Cape Cod like never before. Journey through picturesque marshes, cranberry bogs, and dunes on our historic rail line. Whether you're savoring a 5-course gourmet dinner, enjoying a Sunday brunch with a live jazz band, or bringing the family on a narrated excursion, there's a ride for everyone. Departing from Hyannis and Buzzards Bay, visit capetrain.com to book your ride today.
That's right.
Since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast.
Gatemen threatening here in the 8th. Somehow, some way, there is a pulse that was just not felt through the first 7 innings. Kale on third, Drew Rogers on second. Chris Ramirez comes up to bat against the new right-hander Luke Deschennes, trying to shut the Gatemen down.
Out of Seton Hill, D2 program, so from a D3 arm to a D2 arm. Again, a guy who went up at the plate in the Gatemen, Ramirez. He got good speed in Kale at third. Fly ball to the outfield, a base hit through the drawn-in infield.
First pitch to Ramirez, downstairs for a ball. Deschennes has pitched just 2 innings. He's made 1 appearance for the Kettleers during the regular season. He recorded a win, struck out 1, yet to allow a run this summer. 1-0. Fouled off down the right field line. A single from Ramirez could not only tie this game, but potentially give the Gatemen the lead if he can make it through the infield. 1-1 count for Ramirez. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And now Ramirez doesn't make eye contact in time. 1-1 on the shortstop. The pitch. In the air, shallow center field. It's going to drop in front of Bogenpole. Here comes Kale. Throw to the plate. Is in time. Mike Mobbs can't believe it. And Ryan Smythe is furious with Joe Gravina. He is beside himself. A rope from Bogenpole made that close. But Ryan Smythe is letting Joe Gravina hear it, and I can't blame him because he looks safe to the naked eye, Cory. And that's now 2 calls in this inning that Joe Gravina, you could say, has blown for the Gatemen. Obviously, it didn't come back to bite Drew Rogers, but that's twice now that Joe Gravina has made things really difficult for Wareham. And now there's 2 outs and runners on first and second.
Kale had to hold up. Obviously, you can't get doubled up there. And a situation where Jim Fonseca had to come down the first baseline and tell the Gateman dugout to be quiet. That's the energy we've been waiting for. I can't
believe that's the energy, but not in the situation that you would have liked.
And it's as angry as we've seen Ryan Smythe this summer. It was a bang-bang play, but I think Kale clearly got a hand in before the tag was applied kind of on his leg.
And the throw drew him up the line, so the hand obviously would have come in to swipe before a tag could have been made on his back leg. Now it doesn't matter anymore. It'll be up to Chris McHugh. 2 on. First pitch. Fly ball, shallow infield. That one drifting out of play, foul. Just slicing down that first baseline. I mean, Cory, as soon as this game is over, obviously being on radio, I'm going straight to watching the video cast and seeing what it was, because to the naked eye, he looks safe.
Yeah, getting another look at that will be definitely something, but...
I mean, Mike Mobbs couldn't believe it. No one could believe it. Kale thought he was safe. Everybody thought he was safe, clearly, except for Joe Gravina. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive. Bobbled by Farber. And now they're going to call. They said that it hit Rogers off his foot, and that ends the inning. Just brutal break after break for the Gatemen. That was the opportunity, and now Mike Mobbs is letting Joe Gravina hear it, because that is the most unbelievable sequence of events for the Gatemen that I have ever seen. 2-1 Cotuit lead heading into the 9th on Cape League TV.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
As the sponsor of tonight's game, PCT Federal Credit Union is proud to root for the home team. We're thrilled to offer great rates on auto loans, home equity lines of credit, and so much more. Visit us on Cranberry Highway in West Wareham.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of the lightweight planting soil for green roof installations, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your newly renovated Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Shameless Plug Electric, hitting home runs on every job. Wareham's top choice for electrical work. Call Shameless Plug Electric.
Cotuit coming up in the bottom of the 8th, up by a run, and it could have been tied, maybe even the Gatemen with a late lead. But now TJ Schlager trying to keep the Kettleers at bay with Cotuit up 2-1. Cory, our wonderful videographer Jack McShorley just came over and showed us a clip of the dive in from Jack Kale over at third base. And Cory, I have to tell you, he was safe by a mile. And just a blown call from Joe Gravina behind home plate. We got a good look at it. Breaking ball on the corner from TJ Schlager. Camden Johnson up for the 4th time tonight.
Yeah, it's obviously, listen, not going to be my job to question the umpires, but that's just kind of a binary option where
and it's
he's
tough
either
from the
safe or
naked
he's
eye,
out.
right? And it's tough from the naked eye, but, I mean, we thought that he was safe. Mike Mobbs thought he was safe. Ryan Smythe thought he was safe. 0-1, hammered into right field. Chase Cruson underneath, and he makes the catch along the line, one away. But when we get a video like that, and we can definitively say that he absolutely had his hand touch the plate before a tag was applied, that's the moment that you can kind of counteract that and say that that was absolutely a blown call from Joe Gravina.
Yeah, and in just such a huge spot, and if you're the Gatemen...
And I wouldn't say that if we didn't get a replay of that to see that was the call, and that was he was absolutely safe. This game should 100% be tied 2-2. Ground ball to short from Ryan Farber. Ramirez scoops, throw to first in time, 2 away. Now, if you're the Gatemen, obviously you have to find a way to just kind of get through that, but you'll have McDonald, Cruson, and Turner due up in the 9th. It's certainly a favorable draw for your final 3 outs of what could potentially be the last 3 of the season. But a chance to win instead of a chance to try and tie and keep it alive are 2 very different things.
Yeah, for a season to potentially end on a call that is just out of your hands when you're doing your part to come back in the late stages.
Fastball misses inside from Schlager on Caden Bogenpole. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Called strike. Fastball down the middle. It's 1-1.
And it's just would be a heartbreaking way to lose this season. The Gatemen, again, they do have that last crack. At least they're on the board. But, again, a play that wasn't even necessarily that bang for it to go your way.
1-1. Fastball misses high. And this place has just been a house of horrors all season long. I mean, heading into this year, Corey, this is Ryan Smythe's 3rd season. Before the 4-2 win for the Gatemen during the regular season, he had never won a game at Lowell Park. 2-1, wave and a miss. And you also account 2 walk-offs this year for Cotuit over Wareham. And then to potentially lose and end your season on a call like that, I mean, it's just heartbreaking for these players and coaches. The 2-2. Breaking ball, got him looking. Quick 8th inning for TJ Schlager, and the Gatemen have 3 outs left to try and preserve their season. Top of the 9th coming up with the Kettleers on top, 2-1.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or a family member has been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website, www.rkm-law.com.
Top of the 9th. Gatemen down to the final 3 outs of the season. 2-1 Kettleer lead. Heart of the order. 4, 5, 6, McDonald, Cruson, and Turner. 3 guys that have delivered for Wareham since June 14th all the way to August 6th. The question is now, who's going to step up and keep this season alive?
It's the guys that you want up at the plate, no doubt. 3 of your best bats start to finish all summer long. Long haulers, can they deliver in the inning of the season?
First pitch to McDonald. Fastball high. It's 1-0. Luke Deschen's back out on the mound. He got the last 2 outs after Michael Gray put 2 on and 1 out. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 pitch. Doesn't offer. Breaking ball misses downstairs. McDonald's ahead 2-1. He's 0 for 1. He's drawn 2 walks, both in the 4th and the 7th. 2-1. Chopped foul down the third baseline. It's 2-2.
The plate discipline in these at-bats is going to be so important to not chase pitches and find your way on any way you can. Base hit, walk. Either way, you need that tying run on base.
2-2. Misses outside. Cotuit wanted it, didn't get it, and the count goes full. Payoff pitch. On the corner, same spot. Caden McDonald is fired up. It's called a ball and a leadoff walk for the designated hitter.
You know, it's interesting. Through 7 innings of play, this was a Gatemen team that almost seemed dead. But after that 8th inning, this game obviously should be tied. But it fired the Gatemen up. It woke them up. And now here's the spot with McDonald on base, drawing that leadoff walk. A chance to right the wrongs and tie it with a pinch runner on at first now.
And again, obviously no replay review here in Cape Cod, but our videographer, Jack McSorley, caught the entire play unfold at the plate. Jack Cale trying to come in, check over, not in time. And we got a great view of it. Jack Cale's hand absolutely made it to the plate before the tag was applied. Blown call from Joe Gravina, the home plate umpire. Keeps Cotuit in front 2-1. The Gatemen still with a chance here in the 9th. Chase Cruson up to bat. Another check over, not in time. Gets away from the first baseman Beaver, but not far enough for an advance. That's a pinch runner into the game for the Gatemen. So Wareham obviously trying to get some speed over. No surprise to see why Cotuit so anxious about throwing over. Into the game is Vance Sheehan. Cruson drops down a bunt, but it goes foul off of his foot. Sheehan close to the top of the Gatemen team in steals this season. He's got 9 of them. You look at it overall in the regular season, he was 3rd behind Randall and Cruson. So hoping you can bring that tying run into scoring position. The 0-1, no one goes. Cruson tries to score up a bunt, can't get it down, it's foul. And now no bunt from Cruson here. They'll have to swing 0-2.
And it just puts you in such a tough spot because Cruson's such a good hitter, but he gives the pitcher basically 2 automatic strikes to now be swinging from behind. This is a tough spot. You can't advance the runner, but can you shorten up and at the very least be productive with 2 strikes?
Check over to first, not in time. Yost and Cale both stole bases off of Luke Lavin back an inning ago in the 8th. Got them into scoring position. And so Lavin yet to throw out a base runner so far tonight for the Gatemen. The 0-2 misses downstairs. It gets by Lavin, and it doesn't matter. Sheehan stops at second. One-two count, Sheehan on second base. So now the bunt effectively doesn't matter anymore. You did the job, and now Cruson can just swing away. That tying run in scoring position. Gatemen trying to equalize it here in the top of the 9th. No home runs this season for Cruson. Did have one in the All-Star game. 1-2. Ground ball through the right side of the infield. Mobbs is giving Sheehan the run. Throw to the plate is not in time.
Let's go.
RBI single for Chase Cruson, and the Gatemen knotted up at 2. Ball don't lie, Cory. Somehow, some way, Wareham brings it back to even.
The ability by Chase Cruson after the 2 kind of pitches that he's giving the pitcher on 2 failed bunt attempts to then on 1 and 2 shorten up and lace it through the right side. Another strong send by Mike Mobbs, and it pays off. The ability to get Sheehan's speed on at first, advances to second on the wild pitch. That's just coming in, using that speed to your advantage. Not close again at the plate.
And how about this Gatemen team? No life through 7 innings, had just 1 hit. Now here they are with 5, tying the game up despite all the adversity thrown at them these 2 games.
And now Cruson on first. He has some speed. Second in this Gatemen lineup for stolen bases. He had 12 during the regular season. So now somebody to still be wary of if you're Deschennes on the mound, because Cruson can certainly move to second. Deschennes will stay in, and now Colby Turner going to talk things over. Everybody will. A huddle just to the right of the plate. Yost on deck, Cruson at the dish. Or Turner at the dish, rather. Cruson on first. Mike Mobb's third base coach, Rocco DiPietro, first base coach, and Smythe all wanting a chat about what to do here. And now Cruson talking to Turner. And you have to imagine, Cory, that if Cruson's going to go, he's going to go early so it doesn't mess up Turner's at-bat.
That's the thing. You're trying to wait for a pitch in terms of what the count looks like, that you might get a breaking ball to run on. So is that just the first pitch? Deschennes may not want to throw a fastball to Turner after allowing a base hit. So we'll see how aggressive they elect to be. You got to think Cotuit's wary of that Cruson speed on at first.
Turner showing bunt, pulls back, but a called strike at the knees. Johnson is ready to streak in from third on the butt attempt. But again, you can try and steal that base and move him over to second. Don't even need to drop one down. Turner bat on his shoulder, now shows bunt, 0-1 pitch. Dropped it foul again. Same situation as Cruson. 2 bunt attempts, both of them. Now it's 0-2.
So here we go again. It didn't matter for Cruson. He came through, but it's not the spot you want to put yourself in. 2 butt attempts don't work. Colby Turner's at best when he's swinging the bat. And now this is where we could maybe see Cruson off and running with the bunt out the window.
12 stolen bases in the season. Check over to first, not in time. He's got a short lead. Got back, didn't even need to dive. Landon Beaver holding him on at the bag. Yo, 2. Ground ball through the left side of the infield. Cruson over to second. Turner stops at first. And the Gatemen are well alive here in the 9th. Go-ahead run in scoring position.
Hitting is contagious. Now all of a sudden, 6 hits apiece. The ability by the Gatemen to wake up after everything that happened in the 8th inning, and they have come to play. What a situation they're set up with right now.
Cotuit gonna make a pitching change. That's it for Luke Deschennes. Goes down as a blown save. Wareham still threatening. Nobody out here in the 9th with a chance to take the lead. New Cotuit arm comes in. From the looks of it, it'll be Kitty Atatui, somebody the Gatemen had success on during the last matchup here at Lowell Park. And while he warms up, we'll take a break here on Cape League TV. Tie game at 2 with the Gatemen threatening in the top of the 9th.
Law. Live, life, law. Covering all residential and commercial real estate matters. You live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law. That's synklaw.com. Sync with an I, not a Y. Be selfish. We represent only you.
Sports Turf Specialties has set the standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
standard for high-quality natural grass athletic field construction. As a full-service athletic field construction company, we specialize in design, build, and renovation of native soil, modified soil, and sand-based athletic fields. Our team will provide you with superior quality, expert guidance, and continuing support long after the completion of our project. We are proud to have built the infield for the Wareham Gatemen field. Go Gatemen.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer.
From the end of the season to a chance to keep it alive. Gatemen tie it in the 9th on an RBI single from Chase Cruson. Still nobody out. Cruson on second, Colby Turner on first, a walk and 2 singles. Have the Gatemen alive and well in the 9th. Kitty Atatui in facing Hayden Yost. Lefty on lefty. First pitch, Yost squares up a bunt, pulls it back, ball misses outside. It's 1-0. Atatui struggled against the Gatemen the last time he pitched. It was right here on August 1st. When these two teams met, Cotuit ended up walking off for the win. 1-0, bunt squared up. Fastball on the outside corner, a called strike. Atatui came in for relief. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He did strike out 4. 1-1, Yosho's bunt. Pulls back, missed outside, and he's ahead 2 balls and a strike.
He's just going to keep playing these games with Atatui. He's being very selective, and to see 2 balls right now, at a certain point, you're going to have to throw him a strike. You got to feel like the Gateman would be in such a great spot if he can get this down.
2-1, shows bunt, pulls back, misses outside, and Hayden Yost has worked it 3-1. How great would it be to have the bases loaded, nobody out, and that go-ahead run just 90 feet away? Atatui kicks and delivers, 3-1, bunt drop down, perfect one down the third baseline, throw to first is in time, but the runners advance. Second and third, 1 out for Jack Kale, and a dream spot for the Gatemen, virtually the same spot as Wareham was in the 8th.
And it's a guy you want up at the plate because, listen, he's come through not once but twice these past 2 games in these spots. He's a contact first hitter. It didn't matter earlier when Gray, the lefty, was in lefty on lefty. He came through. Second and third, what a chance for the Gatemen.
Cruson on third, Turner on second. Kale at the plate, 1 out, infield in. First pitch, breaking ball misses outside.
Make him come to you. Do not expand the zone. Make him throw you something in the zone that at the very least you can maybe lift, send into the outfield to bring in the go-ahead run.
1-0 pitch. Chopper over to first. It's on the infield. Here comes Cruson. He's out. Cotuit saves a run. That time, the play to the plate was in time. Good call from Joe Gravina. This game stays tied. 2 outs. And now over to first is Kale. Turner on third, so that go-ahead run's still 90 feet away.
With Cruson's speed, not a huge shock to see him running on contact right there, because the velocity that was hit off the bat, just a high chopper from Kale, and at the very least you have to make the defense make that play, and credit Beaver and Lavin. They executed on their end. Now here's the chance for Drew Rogers.
Rogers is 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch. Fastball misses. Rogers has struggled at the plate for the Gatemen this season. A big introduction, 3-run home run in his first at-bat in a Gatemen uniform. And after that, took about 6 or 7 games. Check over to first, not in time. Took about 6 or 7 games for him to get back in the thick of things, get a base knock. He ended the regular season hitting right around 120. But he had a hit yesterday. 1-0. Breaking ball at the knees, called strike. Kale moves over to second, a conceded stolen base. And now a base knock for Rogers could not only give the Gatemen the lead, but some possible crucial insurance. One. Swing and a miss.
That was just a nasty breaking ball, moving down and in on the hands. What a big spot for the Gatemen. Can you come through if you're Rogers with 2 strikes to just completely flip this game on its head?
One-two count on Rogers. Added Cotuit. Got him on the corner. Pulled back from Lavin. It looked like it missed inside, and Ryan Smythe is out of the dugout again. A bad frame from Lavin, but I guess it caught the inside corner. And this one heads to the bottom of the 9th, still knotted at 2. Gatemen and Kettleers, a chance for Cotuit to walk off Wareham for the 3rd time this season, coming up on Cape League TV.
Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 171 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Ave in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Wareham ties it in the 9th. Heading into the home half, we're knotted at 2. TJ Schlageter, a brilliant 3 innings in relief of Caden McDonald. 1 hit and 1 strikeout for the lefty. He gives way to his Louisville teammate Ty Stark to try and keep this game stayed tied and head into extras.
The lefties out of Louisville have just been so dominant out of the bullpen. Schlageter and now Stark. You couldn't really have asked much more if you're Schlageter. He enabled the Gatemen to come back and tie this with how he pitched, and Stark's been brilliant to his own credit so far this summer. A 2.63 ERA for the lefty. 12 games out of the bullpen in some really high leverage spots. He's obviously facing a tough Cotuit team now in the bottom of the 9th. Obviously not the hardest thrower in the world, but a guy who has gotten the job done in tight spots time and time again.
2.63 ERA for Stark, 13 2/3 innings. He's got 15 strikeouts. So even that low velocity doesn't really come back to harm him because he's been able to pick his spots so well. They'll have to face the heart of the Kettleer order, Von Schlegel, Beaver, and Natilli. 2 righties due up for the Cats, trying to win the game.
You take care of Von Schlegel first. It's a key first out, and then you get that lefty-lefty matchup against Beaver. But you want to make it as easy on yourself as possible if you're Ty Stark. Throw strikes, get outs, let the defense work behind you. You don't want to put base runners on.
Gatemen have done such a good job limiting Cotuit's opportunities. Since that 2nd inning, that's where both Kettleer runs came. And this 9th inning starts with Von Schlegel. Stark's first pitch misses outside. A Cotuit win, Cory, would mean that the Kettleers have walked off the Gatemen for 3 of the 4 wins at Lowell Park this season. 1-0, misses outside.
And that's why you have to throw strikes, because you keep them off the base paths, then you start to feel a little bit better and you make it more challenging for them to score. I mean, you look at it, now that this game's tied, Cotuit hasn't scored since the 2nd inning.
Starks 2-2. Ripped over to short. Ramirez right there. Gobbled. Throw to first in time. 1 away.
And there is that big first out, a guy who's been so great since joining Cotuit. Same thing can be said for Beaver now at the plate, but I think if you're Stark, you like this lefty-lefty matchup. Take care of Beaver before he gets into Tilly next.
Beaver is 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts, but every time he's made good contact. Didn't miss home runs, didn't miss gaps by a whole lot. Wareham just always had someone there. Lefty on lefty, first pitch, fouled off. Hard swing from Beaver, it's 0-1. Stark's pitch, swing and a miss.
And you're seeing the spoils you get with Stark when you have that deceptive delivery and the different look he gives you. Again, not the hardest thrower, but you go from two guys in McDonald and Schlageter, maybe more conventional with their velocity and delivery, completely different, a whole new look with Ty Stark on the mound.
Stark, lefty on lefty, kicks and fires, just chopped foul. Stevens, or Beaver rather, stays alive. Natilli on deck. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, but has 6 home runs for the Kettleers, team leader, with a couple of grand slams as well. Would much rather face him with no one on and 2 away. Stark knows that. He's ahead 0-2 on Landon Beaver. His pitch, broken bat, chopper down the first baseline, easy scoop for McHugh. He steps on the bag, 2 away. So in the 9th, it'll be up to Jack Natilli for Cotuit to try and win the game. Stark just needs to keep this tied and head into extras.
And what a spot for the Gatemen would be the top of their order. So you're set up nicely. Stark's been great. He's been pounding the zone, making it difficult for Schlegel and Beaver. Just need one more out here against Natilli. Same approach.
And you hate to beat a dead horse, Cory, but if one call gets made that really should have been after we saw the replay, Stark should be going for the save right now and bringing this back to Spillane Field, tied at 1 apiece. First pitch gets away from Rogers. It missed outside on a fastball, 1-0. And how different it could really look if this could have been the last out of the inning, last out of the game.
It's probably the what if of the season right now.
Got to find a way to win this one if you're the Gatemen. One-0, swing and a miss. Stark has been so great out of the bullpen for Wareham. He struggled to begin his campaign. His first outing against Orleans, he walked 2 straight batters, was taken out after both runners came in to score. Slowly but surely worked it back down. 1-1 downstairs. And over the course of this season, just every outing has just been a building block towards success for him, and has proved to be one of Wareham's most consistent relievers and best at the top end of that bullpen. His 2-1, popped foul out of play. Natilli stays alive, but the count goes 2-2.
And you're seeing why when you have a lefty who, no matter the velocity he throws, who's deceptive, who has a bunch of different pitches and can just locate consistently, he's going to be successful. And that's been the approach so far here in the 9th, and he's been effective.
2-2 pitch. Misses inside. And a payoff coming up to Jack Natilli. Natilli with a walk back in the 2nd. Starks 3-2. Grounder over to 3rd through the glove of Kale, and it drifts into left field. 2-out single for Natilli, and the winning run is on first base.
Jack Cale was kind of playing no doubles defense. He was really guarding against that line to make sure nothing got down into left field. So when you're standing that close to the line, it opens up the hole on the left side a little bit more. If Cale's kind of in his usual spot, probably he's right there, but just out of his reach. You don't want, obviously, the winning run to be on base. You tip your cap. Natili won the battle, but now here you go. You get another platoon advantage with Stevens, the lefty, at the plate.
Stevens is 2 for 3 with a double and a single tonight. Yesterday, he was 0 for 3 with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. So a tale of 2 games for the lefty. Gatemen hoping that he can do what he did last night right here and record that final out. First pitch from Stark. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. 2 runs apiece, 6 hits for the Gatemen, 7 for the Kettleers. We talked about it, Cory. Kind of felt like a 50-50 series, a coin flip, if you will, before it started, and it's shown it so far. 0-1, ground ball, back to Stark on the mound. Throw to first is low, but picked by McHugh, and he makes the play. And for the second straight game, we head to extra innings. Cotuit won it at Spillane Field. Yesterday, can Wareham do the same here at Lowell Park? You'll find out on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
A+ repairs smartphones, tablets, game consoles, and computers. Get it done right the first time.
Cape Cod Central Railroad is proud to sponsor the Wareham Gatemen for the 2nd year in a row. Experience the scenic beauty of Cape Cod like never before. Journey through picturesque marshes, cranberry bogs, and dunes on our historic rail line. Whether you're savoring a 5-course gourmet dinner, enjoying a Sunday brunch with a live jazz band, or bringing the family on a narrated excursion, there's a ride for everyone. Departing from Hyannis and Buzzards Bay, visit capetrain.com to book your ride today.
10th inning for the second time in 2 nights. Kitty Atatui remains in the game for the Kettleers with the top of the Wareham lineup trying to get a run across and escape Lowell Park. And even this series at 1 for a potential winner-go-home Game 3 tomorrow night at Spillane Field.
And here we go. No ghost runner, just like last night. It starts with base runners. What do the 8th and 9th innings have in common for the Gatemen where they scored the runs? A lead-off walk. So now, a chance for the Gatemen. If you're Braden Randall, any way you can get on, try and start this inning with that base runner.
Lefty on lefty for Randall, but Ramirez and McHugh on deck, both righties. First pitch from Atatui is a fastball that misses away. Randall began the game with a single. He reached second base on an error. Struck out swinging in the 3rd, flew out to left in the 6th. Dropped a sac bunt in the 8th. 1-0 is fouled off. Breaking ball out of play down the 3rd baseline. And a bounce-back game for Randall certainly needed. 0 for 5, 2 strikeouts yesterday. One of the most consistent Gatemen hitters throughout the entire course of this season. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball foul down the 1st baseline.
He's been so prolific. He's just been as consistent can be at the top of the order. Even with 2 strikes, he's been a good 2-strike hitter. Can he shorten up and find his way on base now?
1-2. Fastball misses outside. Randall brings it back even. Ramirez is on deck. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. Here's the 2-2. Misses high at the letters. Another fastball from Atatui. Wants to blow something by him. And now the count goes full. Randall leads the Gatemen in stolen bases. 13 in the regular season. So if he gets on base, could be trouble for the Kettleers. The 3-2. Fly ball, shallow center field, but Bogenpoel's there, settles, and he makes the catch.
Was a good at-bat, back-to-back fastballs that missed, and I'm surprised that Cotuit didn't throw him a breaking ball earlier because those two previous foul balls by Rayna were on breaking balls. He waited back on it, but then the swing just a little bit out in front. The fly ball to center. A big first out to take care of the Gatemen leadoff man.
One out here in the 10th for Chris Ramirez. First pitch. Breaking ball down the middle, strike one. When Cotuit pitched against the Gatemen back on August 1st, I mentioned Jack Cale had an RBI single, so did Ramirez. He plated the game's first run. He's had success off of him before. The 0-1 lifts the ball into shallow right field along the line, and it's a foul ball.
Cotuit has gotten ahead of these first two hitters, which has been really important. And it's worth noting if Ramirez or McHugh can reach that Vance Cheyenne appeared as the pinch runner for Caden McDonald, who walked to lead off the 9th. So we'll see if it'll be him batting should he come up, or if the Gatemen will elect to use a pinch hitter.
0-2 count on Ramirez. McHugh on deck. Here's the pitch. Lifts the fly ball foul down the right field line, out of play. And that's the thing, Cory. That could come back and maybe hurt the Gatemen. Obviously wanted to try and win the game in the 9th, but not having McDonald now for extra innings is a big pill to swallow for the middle of this lineup.
And it's tough. Listen, you made the right decision because
Absolutely.
you needed Cheyenne's speed, but then it does have ripple effects. If you couldn't take the lead in the 9th at the time, you're losing such an important bat.
0-2. Misses high and away. 1-2 count for Chris Ramirez. Cotuit goes home. Breaking ball misses away, and it's back to even, 2-2. Scores around the league. Brewster beats Harwich 7-3, so that's going to a game 3. YD up 8-2 on Orleans. Best team in Cape Cod record-wise, down to just the last 4 outs. 2-2, fouled away again. And then the other score in the West that matters, Hyannis up 3-0 over Bourne. That's the top seed in the West. So a chance for the Harbor Hawks to potentially even sweep the Braves. Could make this series even more interesting for the Gatemen. But a long way to go to get there first. 2-2 to Ramirez. Chopped foul. Staying alive.
This is how you battle at the plate. Starting the countdown quickly 0-2, and you just battle. You're not making anything easy on Cotuit, fouling off pitch after pitch. This is the kind of at-bat you need. This will be pitch number 8 upcoming. Ramirez just trying to get on base any way possible.
Another 2-2. Chopped foul again. That's the 8th pitch of the at-bat, and Ramirez just keeps staying alive.
You're just hoping, too, it gives the guys behind him, McHugh and Shane or whoever might hit for the Gatemen, a good look at what Cotuit's showing you on the mound in terms of his delivery and movement.
Pitch. Lifts the ball into shallow right field, but the second baseman Matthews far enough back to make the catch on the grass. 2 away.
He just kind of served that one up, just barely missed it. The outside corner went with it, just not enough velocity on that one. Still a great at-bat. 9 pitches for Ramirez to see, but a big first 2 outs for Cotuit to be pitching to McHugh with no one on.
First pitch to Chris McHugh. Doesn't offer it a breaking ball, missed downstairs. Breaking ball misses away. And it will be Sheehan who stands on deck if McHugh can reach. Two-0 pitch. Chopper, high one over to third. Camden Johnson grabs, throw across in time. Gatemen scoreless in the top of the 10th. Cotuit a chance to win it in the home half on Cape League TV.
Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding areas since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
When it comes to protecting your home, car, or business, trust the team that's been covering our community for generations. For personalized coverage and service that you can count on, the choice is easy. It's Morse, of course. Visit morseins.com today.
Gatemen down in order for the top of the 10th. Ty Stark back out in the home half to try and keep the Kettleers off the board and preserve Wareham's season.
He really did a great job handling his workload in the bottom of the 9th. 4, 5, 6, 7 all came to the plate. Faced those 4 batters, was really effective, throwing strikes, getting outs, letting his defense work. And now you got 8-9-1. Matthews has been really sharp this divisional series so far, but can you get these guys at the bottom of the order before it turns over to the top?
8-9-1 in the Kettleer order. Matthews, Lavin, and Johnson. Again, no ghost runner for extra innings in Cape Cod for the playoffs. If you're going to score, you got to score clean. Matthews is 2 for 3. He has 2 singles, one of them an RBI in the second inning. That's how Cotuit plated the first run. Kettleers haven't scored since that second inning. A run in the 8th, a run in the 9th for the Gatemen tied this up. Could have been 2 in the 8th. This game very well could be over as it stands now, but that's not what happened. First pitch from Stark, misses outside with the ball. One-oh, rocketed foul down the third baseline. Matthews was all over it, just too far out in front.
And you're going to see a lot of those kinds of swings and hits. The Stark slower velocity. Guys out in front, use that to your advantage. Try and get him to put something on the ground to the left side.
1-1. Breaking ball at the knees, doesn't offer. 2 balls and a strike. And these are the at-bats for Stark that you need to take advantage of in Matthews and Lavin at the bottom of the order. Two-1. Gets away from Rogers, but it doesn't matter. It's 3-1 with a fastball that missed inside. So Lavin's going to get pinch hit for. That's Taggart Tyson standing on deck. So 2 righties and then Johnson as the leadoff man. The 3 due up for the Kettleers in the home half of the 10th. 3-1 count from Stark. Nobody out. First pitch. Fastball inside. Finds the corner and a payoff coming up.
So important to keep the leadoff runner off first base, no matter what Cotuit would do, whether they try to bunt or not. You don't want leadoff men on in a winning situation.
3-2. Popped it up on the infield. That's drifting out of play along the line. Might stay in. Rogers makes the catch. That one flirted with the netting near the Gatemen dugout and just stayed in play by maybe 6 inches. And a nice catch from Rogers. Way to keep your concentration for out number 1.
You could kind of hear the Gateman dugout indicating to him that he was going to have room, and that's just such a tough play for the catcher. To get your mask off, immediately have to find the ball, gain your sense of direction, and then once you get kind of that on-deck circle area, you got to worry about bats or the on-deck circle itself kind of getting in your way. Didn't matter. Great job by Rogers.
Brings up Tagger Tyson. He'll take over defensively catching for Luke Lavin. Takes a breaking ball at the knees for strike 1. Tyson yesterday was 1 for 3, had a single in the 8th, 2 strikeouts, but he also dropped 2 sacrifice bunts down. The 0-1 misses inside. One, fouled off.
This is the spot you want to be in, ahead in the count against a guy who has not seen any action so far tonight, coming in somewhat cold off of the bench, and to face a lefty Johnson at the top of the order again with potentially no one on is a big win for Ty Stark.
2 shakes and a nod from Stark. Kicks and fires. His 1-2 fouled off down the first baseline. Inside out swing from Tyson, but just too far behind it. The count stays a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Weak tapper, foul.
Like I said before, this will happen sometimes with Stark, maybe when you don't have that mid to upper 90s fastball. It becomes a little bit more difficult to put hitters away, but you're seeing it. The contact off of him just is not that hard whatsoever, so the at-bats may be prolonged a little bit, but his command and his stuff has been sharp.
6th pitch of the at-bat. The 1-2 just misses on the outside corner. Tyson brings it back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 10th. Knotted at 2 between Wareham and Cotuit. Camden Johnson on deck, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 4. Rather face him with 2 outs. Starks 2-2. Soft fly ball into center field, hanging up for Hayden Yost. Calls off the troops and he makes the catch. 2 away.
So Ty Stark completes part 1, taking care of the last 2 hitters in the Kettleers order. And now here you go, top of the lineup, a guy in Johnson who's 0 for 4, batting from the left-hand side. Here's Stark, just keep doing what you've been doing, throwing strikes, getting ahead, and letting that defense go to work behind you.
That's been Stark's MO. Gets around a strikeout per inning pitched. First pitch, breaking ball, just misses away. But that's the thing too, is with such low velocity like that, really have to trust your defense to be able to be in the right place at the right time and make plays. You haven't let him down this season. 2.6 ERA after the regular year. 1-0 is rocketed back up the middle. And for the second straight inning, a 2-out single has the Kettleers on the base paths with the winning run.
That one just kind of set up for Johnson, who waited back on it, turned through it. And obviously you'd like to be out of the inning, but if you're Stark, this is a much better spot to have a base runner on than to lead off the inning. Farber will switch it, bat from the right side. We'll see if Stark can get this big final out, trying to escape this inning with some big names still on deck yet to come for Cotuit.
Johnson stole 18 bases during the regular season. Check over to first, not in time. So something for Stark to keep in mind, whether it be a hit and run or just a normal steal. Certainly a spot where Cotuit could put that winning run in scoring position. And if he's on the move, if Farber deals one in the gap, that could end it. First pitch from Stark. Fastball on the corner. Strike one. Runner on first, 2 outs. Home half of the 10th. Ryan Farber up to bat. Had a single in the first. Retired the 3 times since. Check over to first, not in time. If the Gatemen can get out of this inning and get this last out, the 11th would be uncharted territory for both of these teams, every team across Cape Cod. During regular season, extra inning stops after 10. The 0-1. Just high. Above the belt, count even.
Just trying to get it to the 11th if you're Ty Stark, and you're in fairly good shape time-wise, but again, no lights here at Lowell Park, so at a certain point, this game remains tied. It would have an expiration time.
This game's been moving pretty quick. 1-1. Flare down the right field line. That's into the corner. Johnson speeding around third. He's getting held up. 2-out double for Ryan Farber. And the winning run is just 90 feet away. Farber just shot that the other way, down the line just barely, but it landed fair. And now Stark has some work to do against the lefty Bogenpole.
That's just such a tough spot for defense to have to make that play. A lot of room down that right field line. And the Gatemen obviously fortunate to come away with Johnson staying on at third. And now just a tough spot. The margin for error just really at 0 right now. You have a lefty up at the plate, but that winning run 90 feet away.
And now here comes Eric Luxus to talk about some things with Stark. About what they want to do. Zahn von Schlegel stands on deck. He's a righty, so Bogenpole, you have first base open. But you don't want to give up that platoon advantage, especially to bring a guy in von Schlegel who batted nearly .350 during the regular season.
Yeah, I don't think that would make a whole lot of sense, even if you just wanted to force at every base. But with 2 outs, I think that's irrelevant because the play's to first. And if you were to put Bogenpole on, again, obviously you get rid of the platoon advantage, but at the same time, the Gatemen have been here before at this park where you're in a situation where a walk also then brings in a run. That's not the case here with first base open. Stark obviously pitching for the out.
You have some wiggle room.
Exactly,
right?
Which you would eliminate with the bases loaded and the winning run on third.
Bogenpole up to bat. Kettleer crowd getting antsy. Wanting to see their team come up with a win. First pitch, strike down the middle with a fastball. Second and third, 2 outs. First 2 men of the inning were retired by Stark. Single from Johnson, double by Farber. Second and third. Stark's 0-1. Misses downstairs, blocked by Rogers. That's something to keep in mind, too. Long way to go to get from home plate to the backstop. So if anything gets past Rogers, that could score the winning run as well. Kale is not holding Johnson on. He's nearly a quarter of the way down the line. 1-1. At the belt, strike 2. Great pitch from Stark on the outside corner.
Now it's time to execute. Bogenpole's watch too. I doubt he'll go down looking, but use that aggression at the batter's box to your advantage on the mound.
1-2 pitch. Got him looking on the corner. Ty Stark is fired up, and this game's heading to the 11th. We're still tied at 2 on Cape League TV.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
As the sponsor of tonight's game, PCT Federal Credit Union is proud to root for the home team. We're thrilled to offer great rates on auto loans, home equity lines of credit, and so much more. Visit us on Cranberry Highway in West Wareham.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of the lightweight planting soil for green roof installations, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your newly renovated Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Shameless Plug Electric, hitting home runs on every job. Wareham's top choice for electrical work. Call Shameless Plug Electric.
After the Gatemen clinched the postseason, one of the biggest takeaways that Ryan Smythe had was that Vance Cheyenne was going to be important for Wareham's success at the end of the regular season and for a potential playoff run. He pinch ran for Caden McDonald in the 9th. He came around to score the tying run, and he leads off the 11th with a chance for the Gatemen to take the lead over the Kettleers. We're knotted at 2 for the second inning of free baseball from Lowell Park. Kitty Atatui remains on the mound. His first pitch, fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. Yo, 1 misses downstairs. Good block from Tyson. He takes over the catching duties. Cheyenne has struggled as of late. He finished the regular season batting just 160. Didn't start yesterday in his first appearance of the playoffs. First at bat, the 1-1, fouled off down the right field line. What a great time for him to break out of his slump, Cory.
And to get on base any way you can, because then you factor in the speed that he possesses. He scored that tying run, and to do it in front of Cruson and Turner and Yost, great opportunity.
1-2, breaking ball just high, and the count even. Two, just foul. Cheyenne got a piece of it.
He's going to have to fight to see a good pitch to hit. 2 strikes on him. Atatui's been really strong, even in some deep counts. Really was effective, top 3 in the order in the 10th.
2-2, high and inside. Cheyenne's worked it back full. How big would this be if you can get him on with nobody out? Chase Cruson on deck, who's had a lot of success this season against left-handed pitching. The 3-2, breaking ball, called strike 3. Cheyenne cannot believe it.
It's 2 at-bats. One in the 9th, Rogers caught looking really similar pitch. A breaking ball, inside corner, down and in, that the Gatemen thought they had a ball on, but they get rung up.
First pitch to Cruson. Fastball misses high. That's a tough beat for Cheyenne, but it's the same, you mentioned, the same pitch that got called a strike on Drew Rogers to end the 9th. 1-0, swing and a miss. Cruson scores with a bunt, pulls it back, pitch misses outside. Johnson playing far down that third baseline, obviously with the lefty Cruson up to bat. If he could drop something down, he has the speed to beat it out. Now Johnson maybe staying a little bit closer, parallel with the third base bag. The 2-1, ripped foul down the first baseline, and it's 2-2.
And I wouldn't be that surprised if Cruson sort of initiated that bunt attempt on his own, just trying to get on any way he can. And that would just be so huge ahead of a righty and Turner. Facing Atatui from the right-hand side, knowing that you have Cruson's speed as the pitcher in the back part of your mind.
2-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Cruson went fishing on a ball in the dirt. 2 away. First pitch, breaking ball misses outside on Colby Turner. He's 1 for 4, had the single in the 9th. He was left stranded on 3rd to end the inning. One-0 pitch. Fly ball into right field, along the line, drifting over and making the catch is the right fielder Nolan Stevens. Side retired in the 11th. Cotuit, another chance to win the game in the home half on Cape League TV.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or a family member has been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website, www.rkm-law.com.
Home half of the 11th. Another chance for the Kettleers to come away with a win. But Tony Pluta, the reliever of the year at Arizona, trying to keep this game tied and head it into the 12th.
The Gatemen really would have loved, I think, to use Pluta in a safe situation with the lead. But at this point, you've used Stark and Schlageter, and you used the several arms yesterday, so in terms of the top guys still available out of your bullpen, you need to keep this game tied. Your back's against the wall, and this is why Pluta's in the game right now. Maybe could go multiple innings, has mostly been a one-inning reliever since he joined the Gatemen again this summer. 4, 5, 6 due up, but a big spot for him, starting with the righty Von Schlegel to, again, post another 0 and give his offense yet another chance to take the lead.
Pluta has had some difficulties this year with runners getting on base. It happened against Cotuit. He gave up 1 run back on August 1st, got out of a bases-loaded jam thanks to a heads-up double play from Braden Randall. It was a live line drive that the second baseman caught, stepped on the bag, and retired the side. But now you're just hoping that Pluta can return to the form that he was in last summer for Wareham and this past season for the Wildcats. 11th inning starts with a ball upstairs. It's Zahn Von Schlegel for his 5th at-bat. He's 0 for 4 with a punch-out. One-0. Foul ball down the left field line, way out of play. Von Schlegel was sitting on it, but turned over way too fast.
And so, yeah, you get away with the pitch maybe if you're Pluta, but if it means at the same time you can steal a strike, why not use that to your advantage? That foul ball means nothing.
Foul ball, and it's 1-2.
And Pluta, a guy who picked up the save season finale, regular season finale against Hyannis. An inning of work, a hit and a walk allowed, so there was some traffic on against him. But once he gets ahead, he can be really effective.
1-2 pitch. Ground ball over to second and through the infield. Leadoff single for Zon van Schlegel, and the winning run is on first base.
And so he got ahead there, but you got to put guys away. And now this is the danger of this situation. The past 2 innings, Stark allowed a couple hits, but they, in each inning, came with 2 outs and was able to mitigate the damage and not allow any runs to score. But now with the leadoff runner on, this becomes a much more interesting spot and pressure-packed spot for Pluto and the Gatemen.
Jack Cale playing in from third. His toes are on the grass, ready for a potential bunt from Landon Beaver. Luda's first pitch. Fly ball into right field. Cruisen back at the wall. He looks up and it's gone. Walk-off 2-run home run. And for the 3rd time in 4 games at Lowell Park, the Gatemen have been walked off by the Kettleers. The 2025 Wareham season comes to an end in a 6-4 loss to Cotuit. Wareham loses the playoff series 2-0.
It's just a heartbreaking way to lose this game if you're the Gatemen. Beaver's been so great since he joined Cotuit, and he had a couple shots, including one in the first that you flirted with danger, and he just got all of that one. You credit this Gatemen team. When you look at this line score, it was just kind of 7 innings of just tough baseball. The offense just lacks some life, and then all of a sudden in the 8th inning, you give this team a lot of credit because they battled. They battled back in the 8th. They had a brutal call that was a blatant safe call at the plate go against them. That affected the score, obviously, and then they were still down to their final 3 outs in the 9th. They battled in the 9th to tie this game up. They battled in extras. It was the same thing last night. They had to come back and tie it. They did. And listen, the fight from this team has been there all summer. It was there the past 2 nights, but to lose this 2-game now series the way they have, you really feel for the team because these are just kind of losses, especially when they're elimination losses, but again, in extra innings on a walk-off homer, just gut-wrenching losses.
And we said it was going to kind of just be a coin flip series, 50-50, no matter how you slice it. And it kind of showed that. 2 games that went into extra innings. And both times the Kettleers came out on top. 1 on the road and 1 with a walk-off 2-run home run here.
This is, I mean, listen, if you're the Gatemen, obviously this is the result we were hoping for, but these are some of the best playoff baseball games I've seen throughout the entirety of my life covering the game. And again, this is what, as a fan, you want to see when you come to these games. You don't have to pay the price of admission, but you're seeing the country's best. And again, you said it, 2 evenly matched teams, and they put up just a classic series that doesn't go the Gatemen's way, but what a series it was, and the Gatemen just fall on the wrong end of it.
And I'll tell you what, Cory, and this is the last time I'll touch on this before we can say our final goodbyes on the air, but I don't know if players, coaches, anybody rewatches games like we do when we're trying to critique ourselves, but if we're talking about critiquing ourselves, if Joe Gravina goes back and watches that call in the 8th inning, he's going to be sick to his stomach knowing that should have been the go-ahead and winning run for Wareham. That was just a blatant missed call because we saw it thanks to our wonderful videographers. I don't have any issue saying that because we saw it with our own eyes that Jack Cale was safe at the plate. But again, nothing you can do at this point. The game's over. The season's over for Wareham, and you just kind of have to live with it.
And it's a tough pill to swallow because you just kind of look at it. You never want to hang your hat on a team on the officiating, the umpiring, because that's just not what you really want to do. But we clearly saw that multiple different ways. I don't even think the tag was maybe applied on Cale to begin with. And you said it was just a bad call, and it was kind of blatant. And I said it earlier, but that's going to be one of the biggest what-ifs of the season. And I think you're going to continue to look at that play as the biggest what-if because you came back, you scored another run regardless, and if the safe call is made, all of a sudden you're pitching in the bottom of the 9th with the 3-2 lead as opposed to a 2-2 game, and who knows what happens from that point.
Well, Cory, either way, that ends the season for Wareham. That ends our summer, and It's tough. I had a great time calling games with you this year, man. This has been so much fun. What more to say at this point?
No, you're exactly right. It's been the privilege of a lifetime for me. I mean, we've been blessed. Obviously, what a lucky opportunity for me to get to share the booth with you for this now 42-game stretch, and would have loved to, at the very least, end it on a more positive note, and maybe at Spillane Field as well. But, I mean, the team itself has been so great. Starting from Ryan Smythe, I don't know if there's a more kind of media-friendly coach across this entire Cape League. The players, the rest of the coaching staff making themselves available throughout the whole summer to us, and then the whole Gatemen organization, from top to bottom, Jay Spinelli and Glenn Hannington giving us this opportunity. The whole board, the host families, Mike and Mary Chaplin, our host family. I know I'm not going to be able to touch on everyone. I apologize for that. And then I just kind of think about the entire intern team, the people on the graphic side, photographers, digital media. I mean, just what a talented group of individuals. There's a reason why the Gatemen organization took home the Commissioner's Cup, and just people who were the utmost professionals. Our beat writer, Joe McLaughlin, Nate Wallenhopt, our feature writer. Just people who made it a joy to come to the field every day and do work and do their job at the highest level, but people on and off the field you want to spend some time around. And then kind of more personal to us, our whole broadcast team. And it started from the very beginning of the summer at the top with our just absolutely phenomenal, amazing, tremendous producers, and Chuck Luarasi and Abby Smith. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think when you look at our broadcast, it's right up there with the best. And the reason behind that is because the work that Chucky and Abby have done on their end. This wasn't just kind of a 2-month, 3-month gig for them. They've been here since the fall, grinding to make this product as good as it possibly can be, and it truly was because of their hard work. The graphics, the center field setup, the mic'd up. I mean, I could go on for days to explain the work that they did over the course of this summer to make this broadcast as phenomenal as it was. And I could do that. I'm not going to do it. We don't have the time to do it, but I can't say enough good things about those two people, the talent they have, and the only thing that surpasses their talent is their friendship and the people who they are as individuals. And then obviously Rayna Maggelet, the third member of our broadcast crew, that perspective that she added throughout the summer to talk to these guys and give the listeners a third look. What a blessing it was for us to get to work with her, and obviously what a blessing, as I said already, for me to get to work with you, Josh. Obviously at Syracuse we've overlapped, but even more so up here. And then just to thank you again to the Gatemen organization, but all of you listening for welcoming us into your homes, your cars, whatever, for the past 2+ months. It's been an absolute privilege.
Ditto to everything they say. That people make the place, right? And Wareham filled with so many wonderful interns, so many wonderful members of the staff, the organization. Everybody does what they do to the best of their ability and makes it so much fun to be a member of this organization. It's tough to say goodbye, but at the end of the day, don't be sad that it's over. Smile because it happened. And so at the end of the 2025 Gatemen season, Wareham loses 6-4, or 4-2 rather, to the Kettleers. And the Gatemen move forward to next year. But for the final time in 2025, for Cory Miller, for our sideline reporter Rayna Maggelet, our wonderful and amazing producers Chuck Luarasi and Abby Smith, for all the interns, all of the board members, everyone in this organization, I'm Josh Richardson signing off at the conclusion of the 2025 Gatemen season.